Hey everyone, my name's Brian. That's my brother Adam over that side, and we are the Factional Fight Brothers. We are 5 days away, I believe, of the new server, and how are we going to celebrate? We came all the way to the Impalong to have some fun. So, first thing I want to do is say hello to everybody in the chat. Hello, Primeral, Amethyst, Willow, Deathwind, Arch. You need starting music. We do need starting music. But we didn't have any. Well, at least we had a countdown. Hey Zed, hope you're doing all right. I'm excited about being at this Impalong and excited to do, talk a bit of Wurm for the next few hours. How are you doing, Adam?
I mean,
You are
seems like a
cutting in and
tradition.
out a little bit.
Oh no.
Yeah, you
Seems
got to
like
talk
a
into your microphone.
seems like a good tradition to head over to the Impalong and hang out, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
That's good. Willow cannot see anything. Can anybody else see anything or hear us? at least everybody else can. No, that's good. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, Willow. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's probably a reload.
Yeah. So I'm excited to get started on talking. You can hear that the sounds that you can only hear at the Impalong. The many people, in fact, 60 people in total, banging away at the forge and like carpentry sounds. I'm excited to get closer to those sounds. All right, so I am out on the boat. We traveled last night. We walked around a little bit and tried to get the lay of the land. Lots of people here, which is exciting. I
Really
believe
like
that. Yeah, go
I
ahead.
really like the fact that they added the player count in the new UI.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
particularly
yeah.
for events like this. Like, before you would just have a massive list of people, and I in the past found myself counting each individual person just to see how many people are in local, but now there's a little number there, so that's good.
Yeah, it's so much nicer. I can just 60 people. So I'm going to assume that my frames are going to drop drastically.
Right.
But let's get started. I'm really excited to just start imping some items if I can. I haven't done that in a while. Uh, yeah, there goes my frames. Let me take a look. Leatherworking bowery mats. Maybe you can discuss. I'm assuming everybody knows what an Impalong is, but for the people who might be watching this after the new server has opened up and you might be a new player, maybe you can discuss, take a minute and talk about what is an Impalong, Adam?
Yeah, so Impalong is a tradition in Worm. It's an event that's player run. So a player has to take it upon themselves to, invite a whole bunch of people, plan it in advance. And the basic idea of an Impalong is higher level players helping out lower level players by improving all of their gear. So improving their tools, armor, weapons, etc. Um, so yeah, it seems as though Worm has a good, like a strong community still, enough so that we have an Impalong at least 2 or 3 times a year. Um, but yeah, there's also games and prizes and events and all sorts of stuff going on. It's just a good fun time where the community gets together and enjoys playing the game together.
For sure. And one thing that I'm finding, I cannot imp items.
Is that right?
That's interesting.
What's preventing you from imping them? Is it like a permission thing?
Oh, chip. Okay. Maybe I can. And I'm just using. No. I just have the wrong. I see what I did. Never mind.
It's
I
that- it's
changed
that you-
my hotkeys
Ah.
when I and I forgot that I changed my hotkeys.
Hmm. Did you have to change their hotkeys because they got taken over by the default action?
Yes, that's what I
Yeah.
did. So I changed it because I usually use R as repair, and since now I can't, I just changed R to Shift R, and then decided I use spacebar for imping. I don't know if anybody else uses that, but
I do not. Although I used to use spacebar for open, right? So I'd use that to open anything.
okay. I actually
I
use
found
the
that,
N key to open, which is, I think, very strange.
yeah, that is kind of strange.
But for some reason, it works for me.
You know, I since changed the default action to space.
Okay.
And the reason why I did that is because most situations, if you're hovering over a container, the default action is to open. So that kind of makes sense. And but I found a couple situations where it's kind of frustrating. Like, for example, if I want to open a cart,
Yeah.
the default action for a cart is to embark. So I'm gonna have to rethink my keybinds here because I'll still need a keybind to open, I think.
I see. I mean, you will.
Yeah, I know. I definitely will.
So how's everybody doing in the chat today? Is anybody actually here at the Impalong?
That's a good question.
So Amethyst, you use I and U for repair. See, I mean, that is also an interesting combination. And the only reason I wouldn't use that, I always try where my left hand is resting, which is WASD, and I want to be able to do all of my actions without moving my fingers, if that makes sense, without moving my hand.
Yeah, I like all of the main things on the left side of the keyboard. So I have
We
my
just got a host. Thank you so much.
Serene. Thanks for the
Thank you
host.
so much, Serene.
So I put my improve on G and repair on T, so they're like right next to each other, and I don't have to move too far from the WASD position.
Yeah, and F on damaged items is repair. That is true. I noticed that the default action is F. The items inside that need repairing just default to F.
Default. Because my default space.
Yeah, or default key, action
Yeah.
key.
Yeah.
That is true, right? Let me see if that were.
Now, is it me, or can the default action not be used inside inventory or inside Windows?
It can. It just hasn't fully been explored, I would say. So, like, here's my two-handed sword, which is damaged, and it does say that the F button, which is my default action, is repair. So I hit F, it repairs, and then the default action goes away and is now nothing.
See. So let me see if I can see something that's damaged. Because, so maybe it's that improve hasn't been put on a default action.
Improve has not been put on a default action yet.
Ah, interesting.
Now, even if it was, I probably wouldn't use it. And that's because when you're imping, you kind of want, at least for me, you kind of want to have both keys available to you. You want to have imping and repair available so that you can queue up those actions. But if you're using a default key, you can only really, the default key is one action. It doesn't change until the item damages. So I can't queue up. So having at least two buttons there is would be really helpful. And that's just what we do, I guess. So if one of them is repair and always repair, or one of them is imp and always imp, then I can always use, let's say, the default action for imp, and then another key of my choosing for repair. That would work. But since we can't really do that, and since the default action only shows up when you need to repair something, I can't queue up the repair button. Which means, you know, this is still fine.
Let me see, my lantern must be damaged. Of course it is. Okay, so let's see. Ah, yes, I see the default action now.
So I'm assuming no one's actually out here that's watching us.
Well, Sirene is.
Oh, except you, Serene, which I guess... I don't think you actually said anything yet, but you did host us.
I just saw her get on her alt. She got 70 shipmaking or shipbuilding.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm not even close to that. I don't even know what I'm at.
You haven't gotten 70 shipbuilding?
No, I remember training shipbuilding up, and I really wanted it to go to 50. This was a very long time ago, maybe in 2012. And at that point, I just never trained it after that. Yeah, and now I'm at 58. There's not too many instances to level up shipbuilding when we're never on a ship.
I saw Reganation hop in. Hey, Reganation and the Vooch. Welcome.
How are you
to the
guys
stream.
doing? So what are you guys? Is anybody playing Wurm this weekend? Doing their own thing?
See, I've been finding that I've been playing quite a bit of Wurm recently, mostly just mucking around on a low-level character with my son, who has just been playing Wurm non-stop for the past week.
Yeah, that's crazy to me that he is interested in this game right now. He's only, what, 9?
Yep, he's only 9.
And he's really big fans of Minecraft. So here's like the first generation that is used to these sort of the foundation that Wurm is built off. Used to how everything in the world is you're able to alter, and Minecraft has a very similar feel to Wurm as far as its foundation goes. And here he is able to transition those skills to Wurm and actually enjoy it at such a young age that you wouldn't have really thought possible. So Vooch, you're at blacksmithing 2. Where are you, Adam? Are you at blacksmithing 2?
I am at blacksmithing something. Ah, there's Vooch. He's standing right next to me.
Okay.
I'm inside the cart, which is right in front of
I'm
all the
at
boarding.
masonry 1 to 3. So Serene, you do ship imps at Impalongs. That's cool. That's a good idea. If you're really into shipbuilding, this is like the perfect opportunity. And our ship is really low level, so if you can just, make your way to, I don't even remember what our ship's called. It
Listen,
almost disappeared. Yeah, go ahead. You were going to say
almost, that. Yeah, I was about to say, our ship almost disappeared. We hadn't really been paying much attention to it. I get down to my ship and I see it's 10 quality, like 10.08. And I figured that some nice soul had just repaired it because it had no damage on it. But yeah, and it's a NAR, so it's not like a easy to replace thing. So with my really crappy shipbuilding skill, I was able to imp it up to 35.
Yes. Thank you, Sri.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, because I can't imp it much past 50.
I have a question about boats. I know that they added these ruins to the game not that long ago, and there are ruins that will increase the speed of boats, but I'm not sure what's the optimal one to use. Like, there's a rune that will increase the speed due to wind, which I'm assuming is good for boats. And then there's a ruin that just increases vehicle speed or something like that.
Our boat had a ruin
Yeah,
on
so
it. I don't know.
I,
Did you
I
put that
put
on?
the yeah I put the one that increases speed due to wind, but I don't know. Like I haven't really looked into the optimal setup for boats.
Yeah, so
And I know.
Lipocap, you
Sorry, go ahead.
tried Worm, but you just can't get it. You can't get it
Ah,
figured it all out. So you can't figure it out. So you're like in the newbie kind of position right now, and you haven't figured out what how to play it or what the features are that you might enjoy in it. Or it's like a control problem. That would be interesting to know exactly what you were having issues with
it
getting
is.
into Worm, or your why you even tried it out to begin with.
You know, Worm is a very hard game to get into. I can imagine so many people having installed it and tried it, but just couldn't figure it out, just like you. Simply because it is so. There's like a huge, huge learning curve right at the beginning. You know, like there's like a lot of things you got to figure out and get
So
over
the
before.
controls. So
Hmm.
I would be interested to know what made you actually try the game out to begin with. What's your story and like learning about the game? What made you interested in trying it out? And then the experience you had while you were trying it out, which we have somewhat. You couldn't get used to the different controls, the unique controls of Worm.
That is the issue. The controls are very unique. Um,
So
and
have we? Oh God, why is there a dragon in my screen?
I,
Am I gonna die? Or is oh God, can I not read names or am I just oh my God.
what's the name?
um which doctor I can't pronounce his name. Tulames? Did I say that right?
Okay,
Tulames
Tulamise.
the Gone.
Mm.
Earthworm Bake Sale. Oh my
Okay,
God.
so
Thank you
Lipocap,
for
you say
giving me a heart attack.
your
Thank you.
brain didn't work
You
so good after you had a heart attack. I'm so sorry to hear that you
I,
had a heart attack. So before your heart attack, you played Zion for some time and was told
oh,
Worm is a lot like it, so you tried it.
yep. Zion.
Wow. I'm trying to remember, is Zion like an MMO type game
Yes.
with like gathering and crafting? I don't
Yeah.
think we ever played that game, but
I played it for a good 5 to 10
minutes.
minutes, I should say. So I don't really know a lot about it, but it was interesting because it has very similar. Uh, it also has a very similar foundation. So like everything is craftable. Uh, terraforming is there. I think they even have like 3D terraforming. Uh,
Really?
yeah,
There's
yeah.
not many
It's a
games
much
out there that
newer
have
game,
terraforming.
but and I don't know how it is because I was following the game before it came out, and during beta, it was saying they were saying things like the world would start off really small, and then the outside of the world would be covered in fog, and it would either, if I'm remembering, would either expand out as you go, or like go in on itself until it. Actually, that doesn't make sense. I think it would expand out as people discovered things. And it was more the only issue I had with it was that the setting wasn't fantasy like Worm. It was like post-apocalyptic fantasy
You know, I think
setting.
I did also play that game. You know, I actually had the same problem that Lipocap's having with Worm, with Zion, where I couldn't quite figure out the controls and how the mechanisms worked. So, granted, I didn't give it all that much time.
Yeah, so I mean that's similar. Lipocap. How much time did you give to Worm before you couldn't really figure it out? Because it is a very daunting game, and I have seen a lot of players uh, give up early, or players that really were excited about the game and then came into the game. First thing they tried to do, like most players, is try to go and find a place of their own, and then they couldn't find a spot within like 30 minutes to an hour, and then gave up. They had like that experience where they thought, I'll just go into the game and there's definitely going to be a spot, right? To 1 hour if I just run across the coast. And I was like, and then they pronounced there is no spot in Wurm. Every spot is taken, and which I found kind of silly, but
I mean, granted, we had that kind of same experience when we first started playing. We went to Delhi, and
yeah, but we at least tried for 3 days.
we did try for 3 days. We sailed around the coast. We literally circumvented the entire server
before we
concluded there was no spot on the coast.
But during that time, there literally was no spot on the coast.
Right.
I feel like if you're on Xanadu and you go along the coast of all the water, you're gonna find a spot. Like eventually, it's gonna take you time.
I mean, we know that newer players mostly what they really want is pristine land, untouched land. Whereas, you might be able to find a spot on the coast these days, but it won't be untouched.
Yeah. But again, I mean, we've talked about this for years. What is the difference between land that's been abandoned and land that has been untouched? When you're in a sandbox that you can take untouched land and make it touched, and then you can take touched land and make it untouched. You can do both. I think that in people's minds, they have this fantasy that they want to be the first ones to go to an area or be the only ones, which I haven't fully understood.
I think somewhat understand it.
Anyway.
Deathwind says, I remember raging when trying to build a mallet in the tutorial. Once I figured it out, I was hooked. Yes, this is the experience of Wurm. It's like you start figuring out kind of like little things of how it works, and that leads you to it sort of becomes a snowball effect where you're like, I have to activate an item and then click on another item. Like it's like the combination between the two, and then once you figure that out, then the possibilities start opening up.
Yeah, it's like you like the idea of history and places that like that people have built, and to see like the abandoned places, much like Amethyst. You're saying you like living on abandoned places, but then at the same time you don't want that at all. And so even back in when we first started playing in 2012, and we sailed all around the coast and couldn't find anything, we still found untouched land for like all around huge areas. You just can't be next to the water at the time, we realized, on the small server of Deliverance. And we found like a perfect spot within like an olive tree forest.
Right. What made it perfect though was the little pond next to the
It had a little
cliff.
pond. Had Willow Pond there. That was a good
Willow
one.
Pond. It was just beautiful, that little area.
Hey Jack, how you doing?
And Primarol saying,
ahead.
I had a heck of a time trying to figure out that a large anvil is not the same as a small one for the crafting purposes. This happened the other day. Now I'm wondering, like, are you new to the game, Primarol? Is that, or is this just
Yeah, and Lipocap was like, so you had the heart attack. Our dad had a heart attack, so we kind of know how it feels to at least be a family member that had one. You had no working heart for almost 15 minutes, and you were without oxygen for a bit over 5 before they got it going again. So you suffered a little bit of brain damage, it seems. which is you feel is centered in your logic area and memory. I wish we could figure out how we could make Wurm easier for you to play, if that's a game that you would actually want to play, or if maybe watching videos like this, other streamers would help at all. Get you past that curve, if it's something that you really like to do.
It's definitely, there is definitely that learning curve, but you get over a certain hump, and once you start figuring out the basic mechanics of the game, then the entire possibilities open up.
Yeah, because
there's a lot.
We say there's a learning curve, and yes, there is, but after you learn the basics, everything else is just it's not hard anymore, I guess. That's what you're trying to say. Like everything follows a pattern, a foundation, that once you sort of understand that pattern, then the controls no longer become a burden.
Yay, more Impalong streams.
Yeah, so Jack, I guess you're here somewhere.
Yeah, I
this
saw
mess
your
of
name
60
on the list
people.
here. Yep. And Primeral, you are new to the game. That's awesome. And you've been watching us a long time ago. Interesting.
That's crazy. If you were watching us a long time ago, what made you start playing now and not a long time ago? That'd be interesting to find out.
Right, one day you might get Neuralink in your brain. Yes,
So
I
love
have
building and crafting games. I wish you could get into this game. I wish I could do something that would make it easier for you to jump into a game like this. I wonder what it is. I wonder what the controls. If it's a controls issue or like an issue of figuring out how crafting works, or how.
Yeah, you should show the crafting window, and maybe describe.
I know that there's a
little
lot
bit
of
about the
videos out there that
basics.
explain the differences between this game and the other games, more than just like, okay, left click,
Right.
you move your character around, and right click items in the world. But then the idea of activating an item, and then remembering what item you've actually activated
Equipping, right? Like that's another thing. People
versus
feel like
equipping. Yeah.
they need to put the shovel in their hands, which you don't.
I almost had the idea, because it might be tough for a new player to understand. Well, it's always been tough for a new player to understand what is activation. But then if you had no tool belt, for example, and I was just in my inventory and I activated a plank, for example, and I closed my inventory, where is it on the screen that's showing me what item is activated? Well, nothing. Like there's nowhere on the screen that's showing me what's activated. So to have maybe like a little overlay of what you're actually activated, plus maybe activated items go in your hand or something.
Like
Maybe
I feel
something
like
on the tool belt here, something
something on the
here,
tool belt.
or here that just like, this is what you have activated or something. I don't know.
At one point, I had the idea that maybe in order to activate something, it needs to be on the tool belt, and that would sort of put it in alignment with other games like Minecraft, where and again, this would only be to put it towards games that people are already familiar with, like make the system similar to like those popular. So, like in Minecraft, you have to put the item on that I don't want to call it tool belt. It's like the action bar, in order for you to actually use it. And Wurm already has like a thing where it highlights the item that's activated on your tool belt.
That's true.
So I don't know.
Then the only
Although-
problem you'd have to think is,
Yeah,
not
there
everybody
are
has a
problems.
tool belt. Would you be okay with making the 2-slot tool belt default?
I'd be
So,
okay with that.
No matter what, everybody has at least 2 slots they can play around with, whether they have a tool belt or not.
I am seeing some flaws in this logic though, because let's say you wanted to, combine a plank and a shaft to make a whatever you can make with that.
Well, you would still do that the normal way. Or through the crafting window.
Right. But then it wouldn't be on your tool belt showing that it's being activated anymore.
You could. So you're saying a plank and what? And a shaft? You'd have to put a plank and a shaft into your tool belt.
Right, you'd have to put them onto your tool belt.
Which is a little strange, but that's what they do in Minecraft, I guess.
It would add extra things that you would have to do.
I think in Minecraft, and correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have to go into their crafting window to craft anything? There's no ability to just combine two items outside of a window. No, it's been a long time since I played it, but there's like a crafting window, isn't there? And you have to craft within the crafting window. There's no other option.
You can still craft the old way.
Not in Minecraft. I'm talking about Minecraft.
Oh, in Minecraft. Oh, yeah. You need in Minecraft
they force you into the window.
Into the window, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Either through.
That's the difference, right?
Yeah. Crafting table window, or it has to be in the inside the UI.
Here it has to be inside your UI. You just don't have a different window to do that, even though we do. So it's like we do and we don't. You could do both.
Yeah. Ah, yes, the longer tool belt. So a 20 quality tool belt will have 2 slots, and a 30 quality tool belt will have 3 slots, and a 40 will have 4, and so on and so forth.
All the way to 100.
9. Well, you can't technically get it to 100, right?
You can't. Yeah.
You can get it to 99.999, in which case it will have 9 slots. However, if it goes rare, rarity gives you 1 extra slot, so you can have 10 slots.
That's why I have 10 slots. So then you think Supreme gives you 11 slots, and that's not true.
That's not true. And that's due to logic.
Because I have a Supreme tool belt that's 90 quality, and it's
10 slots.
It's 10 slots.
Do you have to play on a server, or can you play on your own computer? So, Wurm Online is online only, server based. It's official.
The game we're playing, essentially.
Yeah, it's the game we're playing. However, they did release in 2015 Wurm Unlimited, which is more like what you're talking about. So you can create your own server, make it private, or open it up to friends, or join other people's servers, and so on and so forth. So that's Wurm Unlimited, completely separate game. The only caveat is that Wurm Unlimited just recently lost development, so they're not developing it any further. They're not going to add any updates to it or support its development in any way. And it's sort of like been taken on by the modding community to keep it going, but yeah.
All right, I just finished everything. The one item that was in the masonry imping section. I got it to 70.
There was only one item in the masonry section?
That was not 70. And that was a mortar and pestle. So that's made out of marble. Vikingo, whatever the name, can pick up your mortar and pestle.
I should have brought my my lumps that were casted on. Wasn't thinking properly.
I'm like looking for an item that's not 70 to imp it. Can't find it in the carpentry area. Oh, here we go. For some reason there's a water skin in there. Guess I can do this one. Alright, I need some wood.
The devs stopped supporting Wurm Unlimited, I think just because their resources are stretched too thin. You know, like, they really wanted to focus their attention on improving Wurm Online, And I kind of understand it, mostly from a revenue sort of perspective. Worm Unlimited doesn't bring in all that much revenue anymore. Once that initial rush of people buying it was over, Worm Online is really where all their revenue are coming from, and they were finding that they had to split their time between the two, meaning that they were delivering less on the online version. So they ended up cutting the cord.
But yeah, you definitely have more variety in the in Worm Unlimited servers. Obviously, everybody has their own take on what they feel Worm should play like, and they do their own thing. And it's much the same with Minecraft. Like, if Minecraft was just your own server, it wouldn't be nearly as popular. So the fact that there's all sorts of Minecraft servers with different types of gameplay, that's what keep people around. Same with Worm Unlimited. There's
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, there's entire servers that are completely different than the experience that you'll get on Worm Online, or very different. Or there's experiences that are similar but take it to even more extreme, like Mystic Highlands, for example. If you're wanting to have a great role-playing experience with extra things that Worm Online doesn't have, Mystic Highlands is a pretty good server.
Yeah, like they have like full dungeons and they run events.
Yeah.
But Worm Unlimited is very similar to Worm Online in terms of how to play the game and the mechanics of the game, just with slight differences. You know, like crates can hold more on some servers, and yeah, just slight differences.
Okay, I really want to understand this, Primeral. You just opened multiple windows. I can't believe I didn't realize you could do this. Like multiple, like large storage units.
Yeah,
Or just multiple like.
What multiple windows are you referring to? And Lipocap, the only reason you don't play more online games is that you really hate PvP. So yeah, like Worm Online does have a big PvP sort of section of the game, but if you play on a PvE server, there is literally no PvP.
There's no PvP.
Yeah.
Multiple large storage windows. Yep. You can have as many windows open as you want that you're close enough to open.
Yeah, you can, and they actually recently extended the distance that you can open stuff, or that you can keep the window open for. So
that's why, yeah, whenever Adam is building his forge area, what he does is he makes it so he picks a tile that his character's going to stand on, and then he makes sure that everything that he needs is in reach of that character. So his forge, bulk storage, all the different bulk storage bins that he needs, all the different I don't know, shelving units and that sort of thing would be like within his reach, and he can have everything open at once and to do his little imping sessions.
We really should have a Nightbot automatic thing. We should. We haven't set up anything, but
we will eventually do that.
We'll eventually get ourselves set up so we can share links and stuff. But there's the link for Worm Online.
So, and what we're talking about, if you haven't heard, Lipocap, is that in 5 days, 6 days, there will be a brand new server, 2 servers opening up that everyone's really excited about, and we will be moving over to those servers and, you know, playing it up. So if you want to join, that would be awesome.
Yeah, fresh new servers, like complete untouched land, and there's going to be no connection to the old servers, so the only characters that can be on there are newbies with 0 skill.
Of course, Willow will have you. If you're going to come and join these servers, are you coming and joining these servers?
Will you be there? Because I feel like Well, I'm not even sure what we're going to be doing on the new server, really. Like, I know we've sort of shot out some ideas, but I mean, at first, we're all going to be just new players trying to fight the wild animals that are around and like setting up the first guard towers and the first roads and that sort of stuff. Like, I feel like at the beginning, we're not really too into the whole big land rush thing, so we're perfectly happy waiting for the land rush to sort of settle and then exploring and finding the spot for us later.
Yeah. See, this game is less about, I would say, land, or less about items, item gathering resources. I mean, the game's really about that, but really, in the end, because you know that everything doesn't exist forever. Like your tools, your items, your weapons, your armor. A lot of people have a hard time grasping the idea that things decay and things go away, but the one constant is your skills. Get your skills up, especially on these fresh servers. Like the biggest mistake a newbie can do is start chopping trees and like pick up their logs and want to carry it with them because that's their logs. It's like it took you 1 minute to create that log. Just let it go. The idea is that you're skilling up woodcutting by chopping down those trees is what you're taking away from it. And that's
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be chopping lots of trees to get my woodcutting up so that I can get my carpentry up, so that I can get my fine carpentry up and all that good stuff.
Streets being asked, are we going to be creating these servers or joining somebody's new server? And the answer is neither of those things. It sounds like you're talking about Wurm Unlimited, where people create their own servers, but we're playing Wurm Online, which is the official game, the official MMO.
Joining the official Wurm Online server that's coming
Right.
out on Friday.
Right. And the new server needs at least one labyrinth. Make a
Sirene and
labyrinth.
Amethyst. So one idea that I had was we were going to put together different types of areas that could be used as some sort of event. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for that follow. I am having a hard time saying that name. Solacademy. Solacademy. Soul Academy, I should say. I'm so bad at names. Yeah, so we were going to have different areas with events that we can do. And one of them, obviously, because I've always liked designing labyrinths, so that's not out of the realm of possibility. I would need a lot of help with materials because I'd be sitting there designing it, and then once I design it, the more materials that we have, the better that we can get going and building a labyrinth. I wouldn't want to make it as big as the one we made on Xanadu.
The reality is that one that we made on Xanadu, with our high level skills and with people helping us with maths and everything like that, took us 3 years to make ourselves.
Yeah. With our 90 plus skills, took us 3 years. Off and on, but
yeah.
It took us 3 years, and I don't. It's just the idea, like watching people go through it, and some people don't have that hard a time. They usually can take 3 hours and they'll get through it, but a lot of people take way longer, and I wasn't planning on making a place that takes longer than a day to do, but it seems for a lot of people it takes longer than a day to get through this labyrinth. So if I were to design a labyrinth, I'd have it, I mean, it would be smaller and it would be more fun, and maybe I'd make it more of like a race that we could use, in the sense that there'd be a lot of areas that could change. And thank you, Lipocap, for the follow. Yeah, it would be more of a race in the sense that there would be multiple paths that you can use to get to the end, but not every path would be open. Therefore, there's a lot of chance. So people can't just know how the path is, and therefore I can use that labyrinth as for events, because even if you've gone through it once, you would still not know how to get through it again. And then we can use it for prizes and holding events and giving away things.
So Lipocap, in order to play on the new server that releases on Friday, you will have to make a brand new character on Friday. So characters that you create today are going to get put onto the current servers, and then there will be no way to bring that character over to the new servers. So, but I would recommend, jumping on the old servers and just testing things out, trying it out, and mucking about and learning the game, and then that way you'll be better prepared for Friday.
Yeah, and you're talking Green Scorpion. You're talking about Wurm on Steam, and that is also what we're talking about. So Wurm Online is going to be released on Steam on Friday, and with it, they are also releasing 2 new servers, and that's what we're going to be joining. The official Wurm Online server that you can play within Steam as of Friday.
I think that the confusion is that for the longest time on Steam, Wurm Unlimited has been available. However, Wurm Online has not. And that's all going to change on Friday. Both Wurm Unlimited and Wurm Online will be available on Steam starting Friday. And so, yeah.
And the Vooch says, how big was our labyrinth? So our latest labyrinth. It's not that it's big.
Not that big.
Like, as far as tiles or area, it's that it's very complicated, and there's a lot of 3D kind of puzzles and a lot of, I don't know, Sirene, you just went through it. If you're playing and you wanted to see what it's like, it's still there. You can still get to it. If you can go to Xanadu, any of the starter towns, they have a sign. I think the sign says "Coming Soon" Puzzle Labyrinth. That should probably change. It's not coming soon. It's been out since 2018, and you can go there and it's open, and you can get a special item, unique item that you can only get at that labyrinth. So you'll come away with like a really cool puzzle King's crystal ball. I think I have one. So if you want to see it, so this is what you would come away with. So let me plant that. Oops. So you would get that. I just want to make sure I can pick it up. Let me place that.
When we were shown that item, we were told that they're working on making it look actually crystal-like. But they couldn't, because if they made it look crystal-like at the time, it would just be invisible. So they made it look more like a snowball instead of a crystal. But they said, we're working on it. We're working on transparent surfaces and things like that, and it'll be coming at some point. But I guess they got sidetracked on that.
No, it's okay. It still looks awesome. And it's you can only get one per character. So if you haven't gotten it, I mean, you won't be able to get it on the new server.
If you do try out the labyrinth, make sure that you bring with you some cotton and a container for water. And horrible if you died in the labyrinth.
Something that we found out, I guess on Wednesday, where Emu or Bloody Drongo announced that he's going to hold an event on Wednesday where he's coming to the labyrinth, and I think he's going to have a number of events going on there, some sort of fashion show, some sort of, and it's just the idea of everyone's going to be going through the labyrinth and getting this crystal ball. So that sounds fun. I wish it wasn't at 5 a.m. on a Wednesday for us, but or else we would be there. I'll still try, even though I'm working that day. I don't know.
Well, what time do you start work?
I start work at 8.
Oh. So yeah. So I think that the actual size of the labyrinth is 20-ish by 30-ish, or is it 40? No, I think it might be 40. 20 by 40?
Yeah, but not the whole. It doesn't encompass the whole labyrinth. Like that space isn't all labyrinth.
Okay, well, yeah, there's the entrance area, right, that you're referring to. So the actual labyrinth might be 20 by 30, which doesn't sound like a lot. However, when you're in the labyrinth, it feels like a lot. Like it feels
Well,
like
it's not that a lot in the sense that you can look everywhere and you can see where you need to go if you're paying attention, and you
Yeah.
just can't get there. So
you just
the
can't.
really just takes a long time to figure out the puzzles that we have in there.
Yeah.
But if you knew the puzzles, it takes like 20 minutes,
Right.
something like that, to get through the
If
whole
you knew
thing.
the exact path from beginning to end, it's still like that's still kind of like a lot, eh? Like think about it.
Yeah.
You know exactly which way to go, so you're just gonna go straight from beginning to end, and it still takes 20 minutes
Yeah.
on a 20 by 30 area. So that should give you some idea on how long it might take you. I've seen some people get stuck in there for like 18 hours trying to figure it out. Yeah, Serene saying it took her 12 hours. Yes, you were very stubborn. You didn't want to get any clues or any hints.
Yeah.
You wanted to do it all on your own. So yeah.
I have imped the last item in the carpentry area. Anybody have any items they want imped? Oh. Everything here's been imped.
And Coret, great seeing you guys. Looking forward to watching your progress on the new servers. We are looking forward to progressing on the new servers. I'm like super hyped. I just can't wait.
So
Yeah,
Amethyst, you did it in 3 hours.
Yeah, if we were to make another labyrinth, I think like when we made this one, we were really like our minds were thinking, yeah, it'll probably take people like 3 to 4 hours ish, but like that was totally off. Like I would say that the average is way higher than 3 to 4 hours. Yeah.
Oh, there's items in here I can imp.
Will you be starting with a character that has no beard? You know, if
So
they
we'd
gave
be
us
starting-
more options, if they gave us more options, I'm sure Brian would pick the ugliest option possible.
Is there one? Can we get more options?
Yeah, I know.
So
think
you
that's-
remember doing the Labyrinth of Perihelion and you guys took forever? Yeah. So
Harry, how's it going?
I had just rewatched because Perihelion posted the video of that, and I was rewatching it, just like cycling through it, trying to remember how it went. And I actually forgot that we were on that stream. Like,
Right.
And I'm like, oh, that's my voice. And then I watched it to the end, and I had watched it back in the day, but realizing that he made 3. He got all the way to the castle. You guys got all the way to the castle within like 3 or 4 or 5. What like wasn't too long, maybe 6 hours, and you're almost at the end. And then he decided to make one wrong move where he went out back to before the mine at the end. If people know what I'm talking about, he jumped out of the castle, went back to the mine area, and then he made a second mistake like a few minutes after, where he jumped out the wrong door, which brought him back to the beginning of the city. So at this point, he made the only 2 wrong moves that you could, and then he jumped out of the emergency exit, thinking that it was not that it was somehow not an emergency exit.
It was labeled emergency exit if you had enough.
And so, like,
labyrinth.
within the span of like 5 minutes, he took 3 of the absolute devastating moves that you can make. And yeah, and he had to go back to the beginning of the entire labyrinth and do it all over again. Uh, so after rewatching that, I basically removed the emergency exit. Because as much as I feel like if you were in the city, you would not want to leave. So I just removed it, and oh my god, thank you so much for the sub.
Thank you for that sub.
Thank you so much for the sub, Primeral. That's awesome.
Wow, and Amethyst linked a picture of her. What it looks like a big pit. And way at the bottom there's the bottom.
Let's show this. Let's see if I can show this on the stream.
Yeah, that's kind of like what the labyrinth started out looking like. The first thing we did was we took like a 20 by, I want to say 15 area, and just dug it down to the rock, and it was like 100 slope or more.
Yeah, that's basically, yeah, that's right. We just dug everything down. That's the first thing we did. Are already using those emotes.
Our emotes.
The Puzzle King is not to be trusted. That's true. That's true.
For those of you who don't know, that second emote that Primeral just used.
I don't know. You would have to really.
This was so back in the day, Brian would get dressed up in costumes for streams.
Yeah, I miss those days.
And that costume was the Canada Day costume. He dressed up as the Canadian.
The most Canadian that I could possibly think of.
Yeah, the one that you would find sitting at Tim Hortons eating donuts. That
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's imp some of these items. I'll start here.
So I was looking at the events that are happening at this Impalong. It seems like we are streaming at the wrong time because there are all these events happening later today, just not now.
What?
Yeah. Like, for example, let's see. We got horse races starting in 3 hours.
Yeah.
We got the Carnage Report, which I have no idea what that is. I have to read.
The Carnage Report. I also saw some event happening outside that I didn't understand.
Okay.
Oh, there's some fights.
Yes. Fights with corpses. I saw pictures of that. People holding corpses and fighting with each other.
What?
That's happening in 7 hours from now. There's Wurmian lawn darts happening in 8 hours.
Okay, that would be fun.
And musical chairs
Yeah.
happening in 13
That's
hours.
nice. Yeah.
And musical
saw
chairs, that's
that.
a great idea.
Yeah. Carnage Report is an actual duel to the death, not a spar. Oh.
Ooh.
So people are going to jump in and actually fight to the death. Is that in there was a arena that I saw. Maybe I can run around and take a look at the area and just try to figure it out after imping some of these leatherworking items. Is there a Discord for Wurm Online where people talk? There is a Discord for Wurm Online where people talk, but where are we reading some of this information? I think there's a forum post. Is that where you're reading it, Adam?
Yes. Yes. Let me link the forum post. It's kind of like a little tricky to find it. There's the forum post. But if you scroll down, there's a whole bunch of hidden spoiler things. Reveal hidden content, sort of like tags. And there's one titled Events and Games, and you gotta open that up and see it there. And there's like a whole schedule with the times of everything happening and timers. Lawn darts, I want to see what that is exactly. Climb the tower and hit the target. Doesn't sound so hard, does it? I hope
Wait.
you don't get further. A random
Climb
number.
the tower and hit the target so you jump off?
You have to jump off of it. I hope you don't get vertigo. A random number is chosen at the start of the jumping group. Each person must attempt to land in that specific cell of the grid below. With some testing, I believe the fatality rate is about 40%. Most take serious or nearly deadly wounds. A lucky few take no damage at all due to the terrain anomalies. So yeah, you have to run yourself off the top of a tower and land on the right tile.
Only 800 slope. You get
Boy.
more points if you die.
I wonder, like, if we died right now, where would we spawn? Back at the starter town?
Probably.
Yeah,
we
I
would
think
need we would need to set down our tent, I think.
Right. Only 800 slope. Jeez. Yeah, we did not bring tents, unfortunately.
Serene, you have a video of you jumping? Should share that video so we could see it.
I mean,
But
the other issue is you lose skills on death, eh?
yeah. You do.
They did make it so you can't lose a skill that you've leveled up to, was it 99?
I can't remember. Maybe it is. I kind of remember that. But talking about videos, one other thing that happened during the week that I'm sure everybody at least has seen so far is the new trailer from Catspur. So they released the trailer and everybody seems to love it, which because it's amazing trailer. She had so many cool tools, I guess, that were given to her that she was able to use to create this trailer, and it really shows that she had the ability to set a camera and to set like the motion of the camera and spawn people and really show what the game is capable of. And for people that haven't seen it, so let me see if I can show it here. All right, so let's spend a few minutes. I know everybody's seen it, but we'll watch it and then we'll give our opinions on how it's been received and how we like it. So one more time, let's do the 3 minutes. Here we go. Yeah, so I think a lot of people have the same sort of reaction that I think we had, which is, epic music. It really showcases the game. You come away with it saying like, oh, that was really polished. That was really nice. That's an interesting game. Uh, Uptime, you really like the choice of music that I have in my unofficial trailer. I do like that music too. I think both music is good. This one is a bit longer. It's a 3-minute video, which if you really enjoy Wurm Online, you really enjoy sandboxes, you're gonna watch through it because it's really epic. If you don't enjoy it, you're probably not gonna get to the end of this video. Uh, and so I saw a lot of comments. We've read all of the comments in this video. Let me get back to actually imping while we do this. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them are like us. We love the game. We know what the game is capable of. We understand that this is a sandbox. Anything could happen. So in a trailer, what you want to do is showcase different tasks that you can do in this game, and not really like there's no story that you're following, there's no progression that you're following. And so that's what this trailer really does. It right from the beginning is just like, you could do this, you can do that, you can do this, like all of that possibilities. And so there was some talk, there's a lot of talk that are saying this trailer does not depict the way that you would be playing, that sort of thing, in the sense that they think that it's a little stretch or dishonest. What would your comments be, Adam, on that?
I know I've seen so many of these people talking about how the trailer it's not what you would actually be doing in the game. My feeling is that a trailer shouldn't be just gameplay. I mean, that's
what gameplay videos are for.
Exactly. Like if you look at any other game and you type in the trailer for that game, like type in trailer for World of Warcraft, I bet you there's not a single scene of any gameplay in those trailers. The purpose of the trailer is to give the player a sense of what this game is about, not what their day-to-day experience is going to be in the game.
Can you imagine World of Warcraft trailer being like, open up your inventory and go into this window and spend points and
spam your number buttons and
spam 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 1, 2, 3, 4 again.
Yeah.
Until
they're more
the
about
monster is dead.
They tell you about the story, about the history. I think that the Wurm trailer that Kat's made does give a good idea of what you would actually be doing in the game, but at the same time presenting it in such a pleasing and epic way. Some people are just saying that they were getting chills while watching it. Like the moment that I got like a big chill was when you see that underground city, because man, as a Wurm player, you know exactly what it takes to make something like that, and it's just totally like just yeah.
I saw a comment, people saying, I didn't realize that you could make buildings underground.
Right.
Like that. And there was a video that we made 2 years ago where we visited an underground place that was arguably more epic than what was on this trailer. It was so epic. We walked into this mine, and I think 2 people, or I can't remember if it was more people, built this humongous underground kingdom on Deliverance. And we were like trying to find Puzzle Plaza or something. We just walked into this place, and it was just the most epic thing that I've ever seen.
Ooh, they're doing lawn darts.
They're doing lawn darts? Where? Okay, so I'm just going to finish this item, and then I'm going to run around a bit. But yeah, so what I found, though, was that most comments were coming from a place of people that have played the game, and they're commenting on like, oh, you wouldn't put cheese on the table in cooking or something like that. That was their comment. Dishonest. You're gonna find out that you don't put a bucket underneath the cow. People aren't gonna play now.
Right.
Whereas
Exactly.
the goal was to say you can milk a cow, which you can, and to show in-game footage of someone milking a cow. But
Sorry, I'm gonna
here's
link
the problem. So
Casper's video
everybody's
on the
having
Twitch.
this idea of like, oh well, we don't know, like we feel that players would not enjoy this trailer or play the game afterwards and not enjoy the game. But that's not the goal of the trailer. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say what we don't know is how players that haven't played Worm are going to react. No one's ever, like, we haven't asked those players. So what I did was I asked them. I went out to like my gamer friends and said, "Hey, watch this trailer. Tell me what you think about it. Be as critical as you can based on what you know." And I have some results of like what they thought.
Put yourself over by the lawn darts because they're gonna start soon.
Okay, let's do that first because I don't know where the lawn darts is actually right now.
And I'm gonna put my stuff down and also join you.
Oh god, I'm walking. Is it because I forgot to put down stuff? Yes. It is because I forgot to put down stuff. Oh, okay.
I know that when you saw the trailer, you were like, I mean, your initial thought was, well, we're Worm players, so we know what, all this stuff is, and we can, get a sense. But what would it be like if you never saw Worm or never heard of Worm or what it's like, and you saw that trailer? Would it, incite you to play? So that's sort of where
Yeah.
you started with asking people.
Where is... Actually, I'll probably come back to the leather working area. Okay.
Virus ND, who is the guy who's putting on this whole event, he's telling me it's the tower behind the inn.
The tower behind the inn.
So
now I just need to find out where is the inn.
So from the crafting area at the first floor, you go east.
The inn. I need some food. Is there food here?
Oh yes, I need some food too. There is some nice high quality food here. That just gave me 4 hours affinity for tailoring.
Nice. I feel like I have water.
Ah yes, there's the tower.
That tower? Oh, is that what this is? I was wondering. I was looking at this and thinking, what is this? Why are there signs with numbers on them? So does anybody know how this works? So you jump down, and what do the numbers represent?
I should jump while Farron films.
Yeah, when is it happening? Should I look up now? I don't know what the best way to do this would be.
Here's my problem: is I did not bring a tent.
Yay! Okay, so let's catch up. Elon X91 said, "Well, figuring things out as a new player is odd." That's true. It's different. Some things are intuitive, while others are not. For example, crafting items is fairly intuitive in the sense you have to activate the correct tool, but then you have to activate a higher quality wood to upgrade a bow. That fried me a little. Yeah, there's definitely a learning curve, 100%. And we all know that no matter how good a trailer could be, this game is a niche game that's going to particular players going to want to play. Player that loves crafting, player that loves an open world where they're not being catered to by the game itself. They're not getting progressed through something. They don't have a goal that the game has set out to you other than the journal system. And so we should really be trying to find those players. And with a
Right.
trailer like this, you hope that you find those players. So it's not about trying to like get everybody to play, because you know you're not going to get everybody to play.
Definitely not a game for everybody.
So anyway, and just to showcase that, I showed it to one gamer friend, and she basically said that this trailer is really polished, really nice, but already just by viewing it, uh, she stated that the graphics looked like early 2000s still, and which is somewhat true. I would say if you're looking at single player RPGs, there is a lot to it that does have that old graphic charm. And so based on that, you're going to get a lot of people that are just like make those comments, and which I've seen people comment on the graphics and then the age of the game. That's not why people play this game, but that's the type of reaction that we're still going to get. Whereas Wurm players were like, wow, the game has looked better than it ever has. It looks amazing. It's it's like taking the game that we love and made it look even better. And then players from the outside, gamer players that are playing games on, like the new Last Jedi, or even like all those, the Tomb Raider games, like all these games that have come out, and you look at the graphics there and just the difference, or even MMOs, like if you're going to play even Black Desert, yeah, Black Desert Online, and then you just take a look at this game, Archage, like those games aren't even new, and yeah, they like comparing that to Worm, graphics is like not even close. So wait, am I standing in the right spot? I see.
Yeah, look straight up and you can see people up
Okay.
there. Okay, so Virus is telling me how this is working. So it says the numbers are the target grids to jump. A number is chosen at random at the beginning of the round. Okay, so they're going to choose a number randomly. And then each player tries to hit that number. So if you
Okay.
hit that number, you get 3 points. Or sorry, you get 3 entries into, like, I guess there's like a draw later. So you'll get 3 entries into the draw. And if you die, you get 1 entry. And if you do both, you get 4 entries.
I see.
I guess this combination of them. And the grand prize is a custom-made, custom-colored Drake hide set with
Wow.
DR runes. That's damage reduction or decay. I don't know. Runes that prevent decay, I guess.
All right.
So that's crazy.
I just want to see an example of somebody falling.
I mean, I'm pretty certain I wouldn't die. I mean, somebody was saying as long as you have bodies, what is it? What is the thing that determines your health?
Body strength?
It's either body strength or stamina. As long as you have that over 50, you should most likely not die.
Yeah,
Let
what
me
do I
see if
have?
I can.
Body strength, and I mean stamina. My body stamina is only 43. Body strength is 52.
Yeah. If you have over 50 body strength, you won't die, maybe.
You might want to put down some items, maybe.
Right, right. If you are carrying too much stuff, that will increase damage.
Yeah. Anyway, another comment I got was they watched the trailer and were thinking, okay, it just listed a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of tasks, but I don't really know what this game is about, was like the comment. Like it literally just starts with, okay, you could dig. That's like the first sentence in the trailer, and then it just kind of keeps going like that. And so as a Worm player, and as a player that, whoa,
Did they make it?
yeah, but I didn't even see which one he landed in. Was it 15?
I didn't. Was the number
Called out? I don't know.
Called out. Let's see. Yeah,
No, a number was not
Willow,
called out, I guess. We
Willow's
have
trying to
not
get me to
started yet.
go.
Okay. All right. Um, so that was a good test run. Whoever fell, who wasn't that fell? Vikingo, who almost died.
Wait a minute. Am I the mayor of any of Oh wait, we're on a different server, so I could join this deed, right?
Yeah. So yeah, so that was one comment that I got was just like they got to the end of the trailer and since they've never really played a sandbox game and they've never really understood, they were just like I it listed a bunch of things that I guess you do in the game, but I don't really know what this game is about. I didn't get a sense of what I would be doing, which is weird. But that's the sort of like a comment that you get for a video game player that's never really like the trailer doesn't really say what the game is. It lists a bunch of tasks that you can perform in the game. So if you were not a Wurm player or sandbox type player, you would have a hard time following what's going on. And yeah, Wolfmare, that is a question that you get a lot in Wurm. Yeah, what now? You see that a lot in videos with people trying to stream it or people trying to create videos for the game and they get through the tutorial and even players that like it, they come to that point where okay, the tutorial's done. I don't really know what to do now. Yeah, how do I win this game? Where do I go next? Why isn't it telling me what to do? And those are the players that you're not really going to convince to play this game. Like there's this that just gives you the idea or reconfirms the idea that this game's not for everybody. Willow says, I still don't know what to do and I've played since 2004. That's true. There's there is a time, so even for players that we found we played since 2012 and even since then we've met a lot of players that do get to that point where they don't know what to do. Even if they love the game and they love the idea of the game, they've gotten into it, they know what the controls are, they know how to play, they know the features, they built their house, they did their stuff, and then there comes a point where they're just like, okay, I've done all this, now what do I do? And that's where I feel Wurm development should be focusing on at this point in time. I felt that way back then as well. Like, what should they be focusing on? Well, the next steps, like what is there to earn, what is there to do. You've built this house, you built your village, you've made a farm, you did all that, you played in the economy. What else can they give us to play around with? And that should be the thing that should be discussed. That should be the long-term project. That should be their next steps. What can you give in that progression people to do next to continue that journey? Because what you end up finding is that to continue the journey, a lot of players, what they do is they just start again. They leave and they do something else. They finished everything they could do in this area and now they need to go to a different area to continue, where they're essentially doing a lot of what they just did again. So the goal for the Wurm team would be, how can we allow players to feel like they want to continue their journey in that same area without needing to create a brand new area, like a brand new thing like Jackal or something, which is fun for the time that it's open. But I would argue it's not really needed. It's like a side game, which is cool if they had time to create something like that, which they end up doing. But what they did was they created that instead of thinking about how they can progress the game for intermediate to advanced players.
I mean, we always struggle with what to do next. We always struggle with that.
Here comes one person. Was that person supposed to fall? See sign number, no, 23. And I can't see it.
What was the number that was called?
Is it being called in local? Because I don't think I've seen.
I see it. It's a 31.
31.
Okay, so which one is
31
the 31?
is over there. So it does look like Salty Battery did fall into 31. But the number was 21. I don't know. I'm not really following this.
Yeah, so I missed the cutoff for joining the thing.
Oh, Salty Battery is the target.
Okay, yes. I just got the tell saying Salty is the alt that is showing the target. I missed the cutoff for joining the actual contest, but after everybody goes, I'll jump just to see if I can hit 31. Boy, this is really high up.
Where are you right now?
Like at
Can
the
I
top.
see you up there?
I don't
Can
know.
you like lean over a bit?
Can you see me? Oh, and Siri
No.
thought that I was talking to her.
I see
No, I'm.
Nenjisen?
Do you see the line of people?
No.
Oh, okay.
The fence is in the way. Oh, did I just... Oh, somebody's falling. Viking go fell again into one that doesn't have a sign. I don't see you.
I should be at the back of the line,
Which way's the back?
like to your right. Like I'm right in the corner.
I see Solveig. Solveig?
Okay. Yep. I'm right next to Solveig.
Oh, there you are. There you are. There you go. I see you now. Oh, I missed. Did that person land in the... Nope. I guess a good question is it possible? Is that target possible? Was this tested and like it is possible to land in that tile? Or are they just throwing people to the wolves? No, laughing at them, knowing that it's not actually possible.
I'm sure it's
No, it's possible. Okay, there you go. Thank you, Soul Cat.
This is hilarious.
Willow says someone should take Griff's measurements for the coffin.
Yep. did the
Double
person who
winner.
die?
I missed that one.
And he hit it and
Was
he
that
died.
Nenjisen? Oh, somebody died. I don't know if there's a way to get a better view, because even if... I think the only best view would be if I was at the very top, looking down at the person jumping.
Wow,
So somebody did die.
Sputter.
Did somebody... I can't tell where he landed.
He landed on your right side.
No, I can't tell which one he landed in.
Yeah, he landed on the very right column.
31 or
The
41?
second row. I can't see any of the signs, so I don't know.
Okay. Like, I know he
But
landed very close to it, if not on
I can
there.
see his corpse.
The best view is as a GM. Thank you, Willow. That helps me a lot.
Where I can't even see the alt. Where's the target?
You can't even see the target? You should be
Nope.
seeing Salty Battery, and that's where you should be going.
I see somebody. Okay, that guy is getting his corpse. I just don't see Salty Battery. I see almost Solitude sitting in there.
You don't see signs? 31?
No, the signs are not red. I guess I'm too far away or something.
I can target you, so why wouldn't you be able to target the signs? Hey, Dujanshin, you're about to watch Adam fall to his potential death, like that guy.
Which one? Why is everyone dying? This is dumb. Okay, so Salty Battery I can now target.
Yeah, that's where you gotta go.
It's all the way to the left. Okay,
That's
so you're
correct,
right.
all the way to the left.
And it's the slate slab row,
That I don't know, but yes.
I think. Yes, okay, I see it now.
Yep, the slate slab row. I guess I should just be standing in here.
This feels like you're at the top of, like those water slides.
How many people are in front of you? Yeah, that's right.
Everybody's just going down. This is crazy. I'm gonna go last, so there's a bunch of people in front of me still. I'm afraid I'm carrying too much.
Oh, you didn't put down anything?
I dropped all the water that I have. I'm still weighing 68.
Uh-oh.
So I'm hoping that's enough. Did you land there?
They landed, yeah.
Nice. How did he not take any damage? Jack, how did you not take any damage?
I'm guessing, did you have like a... You can have no damage if you have that item that... that Bloody Drongo had.
Yeah, the Farwalker amulet.
Yeah. You'd have to use a charge. My body replaced all the blood with adrenaline. That's how you do it. Is it an alchemy potion?
Just sheer luck. I feel like those amulets are expensive.
We're cheering you with the luck. That's what did it. So you land on the hedge and you can take 0 damage. Or something like that.
I see. So due to a bug.
Or a gameplay feature.
Yeah, feature, right, due to a feature, exactly. Oh, yeah, lockdown weight. It's unfortunate.
You said that with disgust.
Okay, so it's due to the mine. Virus is saying that you can take no damage.
Ah.
But
you hover over that mine door.
Like, I thought you had to land into the mine if you want to take no damage.
That's what I thought too. How many people we got?
There's still 4 people up here ready to go ahead of me. This guy who's about to go, he already has some damage. I wonder if the strategy
Uh-oh.
is to damage yourself first so that
you can get the double.
you can get the double.
Wait, so what's the rule if you don't land in it but you die? You still get the point?
You get 1 point, yeah.
Okay.
It looks like it. Yeah, you get one entry. And that prize is actually quite tantalizing.
Yeah, it is.
A full Drake set.
Yeah, I guess this guy's not there. We need to see some more falling.
Over the mine door and it prevents future damage. Maybe. Maybe.
You know, it looks
I mean,
like that's the direction that you would need to go.
It looks like the mine door is right above this tile.
Whoa.
That's in the middle.
Whoa, Serene, you almost died. That was really
Wow,
close. What did you land
that
in?
is
21? I wish I could see who was actually going to jump next. Focused on the wrong guy.
Looks like the Q.
That sucks. Is there an... Oh, here comes somebody. To me it looks like they're in 32. Is that right?
That's close. Yep.
Yeah, that's so close.
This is hilarious.
You have to make a running start.
Do I have to make a running start, you think?
I think so.
And go
As much as you can. Go all the way to... Yeah.
Could you imagine like the testing, like testing this out, like as you're building it and trying to make it
Lots of jumping.
make sure that you can get to every corner of the grid.
Only damaged your hands. That's funny.
Ooh, that must have been a really bad.
Lots of alts died in the process. Yeah, I could see that. That's probably what we would do.
So Virus is saying he made an alt called Grievous Bodily Harm for testing.
So is it 2 more people?
Yeah, 2 more people than I
Here
go.
comes
oh,
one.
Are they on the right side of the hedge or the wrong side of the hedge?
Was it Solvig?
Yeah.
Looks like they're clipping out. They're in the hedge.
They're in the hedge.
Right in the hedge.
Oh, and hedges count apparently. So landing in the hedge gets you the point.
Nice. Now the only way out is to relog.
Lots of alts died in the process.
Oh, made it out. Nice. Oh, did they prune the hedge? That's...
Am I up?
Are you up? Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right. Come on.
All right.
Do you see where you're going?
I see where I'm
Looking
going.
down?
Let's see if I can get there.
All right, can Adam do this?
Woohoo! And I got no damage.
Sweet. And you got no damage. How did you...
I don't know.
Well done.
That's hilarious.
Did you land in the thing or like on the hedge?
Yeah.
How do you
No,
feel?
I landed right in the center, like somewhere in
Wow.
here.
That's awesome. Nice. Wait, so
That's hilarious. This is such a great event.
almost 60% winners this time. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's awesome.
There's some weird fall animation where it seems like in the last little bit of your fall, there's a lot of movement, but in the first little bit of the fall, there's not really all that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like you slide across right at the end.
Ah. Oops. Are you talking about for people viewing people falling or you actually falling?
No, you actually falling. There's some weird sliding effect happening.
Wow.
And Willow puts her tape measure away.
See myself
measuring my
falling.
coffee.
I don't have. Oops.
Are you gonna go up there and jump?
I have way too much stuff on me right now. You said you were at 60. I'm at 98.
98. That's hilarious.
God. I don't know. And no one really wants to see me fall anyway. Is that right?
Willow. Bok bok, chicken.
All right. Just for the stream, I'm going to unload stuff into the boat
You can
and
trade
I
it
will
to me
fall.
if you want. You can trade it to me if you want.
I feel like I have just too much. And
Okay.
it'll make more
And
sense if I just dump it in the boat.
Welcome to the stream, Fraudhammer.
Hey, Fraudhammer, you're about to see me do the dumbest thing I've done all morning. Ah, there's already a bunch of crap in this.
Yep.
Oh,
And
okay.
Willow's getting the tape measure back out.
Great. Okay. Does it make more sense to wear armor or to not wear armor?
I don't know.
Let me see. I don't know. I have these. Oops. Oops.
Myers is saying from the testing, it seems like the height that you're at when you leave the mine tile determines the damage that you take. So that's interesting. So if you're crossing over the mine tile at a lower height, then it'll start your drop from that position.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, interesting.
Hey, what do my tools look like? Okay.
Wonder if that's a feature or a bug.
So if I put down my tools, pour my water, all right, let me do it. Oh. There's cheat ways.
The cheat ways.
All right. I can do this. So I'll also try to fall into that tile.
Okay.
Just, I'm not, I don't want to, hopefully the game's over. I don't want to actually play.
Yeah.
All right. Just so that we can get on camera what it's like to fall 800 slope.
Is that how tall it is? Let's see. Let's see how the so 224 plus 208.
Wait, I'm injured. Hello, hello. I guess I should stop being injured.
So that's 400 and
Ooh.
30-ish. Then how many stories is that building?
Wait, did it make more sense to do it in third person or first person?
I did it in third person. I actually wasn't really thinking about it.
Yeah, I got injured randomly. Oh god, okay. Oh man, okay. Now I'm getting nervous. Which one is it? Is it that one?
The 31. So it's like the
You're right, you can't target it. That's
can't
odd.
see the signs.
So it's that
But
one, I'm assuming.
Salty battery is still there.
Oh, I almost see the sign. Yep, there it is. 31.
I'll stand right here waiting
This
for
is
you to come down.
this is crazy. That's also crazy there. Is that that's like the forges and stuff. You can see
Light.
not just the light, you can see like the smoke coming up from all of them from this view. And there's other things I could do to delay this, like look on this side and see these bridges that look cool.
Okay, I see. Let's get to it.
Oh, and look at that. Who made this house? The Dragonbeard Stronghold. Oh yeah, and that moon. Look at that. Beaming off of the light. All right, all right.
Enough delays.
Let's do this.
Here we go.
Oh man.
It's all about that diagonal.
Why am I doing this again? Sorry. Oh, did I mention that I hate heights even in games? All right, let's see what I can do. Here we go. Fire SMD, Dragonbeard is your place? That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for delaying this jump a few seconds here.
If there's anybody in the chat who hasn't played Wurm or is like a new player to Wurm, like this is the type of thing that is in no other game.
Yeah.
You'll never have lawn darts like this in any other game.
All right. I can do this. I can at least fall, if not get into that square. Oh, all right, here we go. Here we go. That's right. You will never have Fairran jumps, delay jumps in other games. That's true. It's 100% accurate here. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna do it. 1, 2, 3, jump. And I just didn't die. Yes. And I guess that's. But I am going to die.
Do you have cotton?
I do not have cotton. I have 0.1 cotton. That's not enough, is it?
No, that's not enough.
Oh.
Let's see, what do I got here? I normally
Got
have
a severe wound, a light.
wound. I have some armor salve.
Oh.
Where are you?
Well done.
Oh. Yeah, my heart's racing. That was crazy. Thank you so much for the heal.
Wow, that was like a big heal too.
I had two wounds.
There.
You managed to heal the big wound. So that's why it went from me dying to me not dying anymore. Oh, wow. Okay. I need some time. I need some time.
Ooh, and somebody landed a 100 life transfer cast
Oh, oh,
for
wow.
Solvik.
100 life transfer cat. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Oh, okay. I need some imping time. I just need some time to to just relax here.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Well, that was a lot of fun. Thanks, Virus, for
Oh,
putting that together. That's
that was awesome.
such a great idea.
We might have to use that idea on the new server, although I don't know how we would ever get a house like that on
Well,
the new server for quite a while.
I mean, here's the thing. I remember when we
Oh,
were
I need
planning
my
Autumn Twilight,
yeah.
and it was like we wanted, basically the max height that
That
we could
was
make
like
possibly.
thinking back on that the castle that we made there, and we ended up needing like way over 100,000 bricks and mortar to just create the castle part.
Yeah.
And
We were
I was
able to
curious.
start tackling that like about a year in.
Yeah,
So that's all it'll take.
yeah.
A year of grinding.
Oh, so yeah, yeah, Willow, I still don't mind that you can come to the new server. We need people.
Yeah, we need people to make coffins
That's
for
right.
us.
Yeah, so there was the wall that went towards the ocean. We lacked the skill to plan it. There was a lot of stuff like that. We lacked the skill to plan this or that. We lacked the skill to plan the main castle building at first. I remember coming to the end of that video and saying like, "Oh, we just were like one height away."
Like
Oh,
one tile. We need one more tile.
thank you for imping this boat.
Yeah, 100k bricks is a
Nice.
lot. Yeah. How
All
do you
right.
find
Oh.
skills? You have to grind them. You have to level them up. Like I remember, I think you needed 96 carpentry or something like that, or it was somewhere in that vicinity, 96, and you were only at like 92 or something when we started, and
Yeah,
just getting those 4 skills was just, yeah, a lot of work.
that's true. Wait, that's a lot of leather. I just need the 70s.
I realize I have to go get more water.
Is that mine? I think that's everything. Yeah, that's right. I got now an empty bucket.
Empty bucket.
So yeah, 100k bricks. I mean, we had so much help to build that.
For sure.
I remember Pekka.
Shout
He
out
was
to
like,
Becca.
yeah, it's been I don't know, 8 years, 7 or 8 years, but he was like a brick making machine.
Absolutely.
He would just be like, "Oh, here's another 5,000 bricks. Here's another 5,000 bricks." And yeah, it was crazy. I don't know if he still plays, but he was playing for years after he left
Yeah,
Autumn
he still
Twilight.
plays. He still plays. He was. I saw him on the other day.
Okay, that's awesome.
On
I'm
his
glad he
chef
still
TV.
plays. Wait, what was
Yeah.
I doing? Is there water, or I just go to the lake?
There's a lake. The lake's right there. I
don't
know. I looked
why
at all the
didn't think of that.
fountains and stuff. I looked at all the fountains
Not
and
sure
there was
why
no
I
water
didn't
in
just
any
think
of
of
them.
that.
I
Okay.
guess like water tiles are kind of annoying like that.
Yeah.
Where do you get the motivation of making 5,000 bricks? Yeah. Where do you get the motivation? Although, as your skill goes up, it goes quicker. It does
Yeah,
go a lot quicker.
for sure.
But you kind of have to like turn on a show on your second screen or something like that, and just have at it.
Oh, tool belts. Let's do that.
The motivation is in the fact that you're in the process of building this massive, you know, amazing project that you have passion for making, and you know, the amount of bricks doesn't feel like a lot when you're really focused on trying to get the thing done.
Yeah, and as you see it progress, and as you see the, you know, your house go up, and your actual, you know, your project come to fruition, and I mean that's how we felt for all our projects, whether it was our labyrinth in Deliverance, in puzzles, our labyrinth in the marketplace, puzzle plaza.
Yeah, you got to remember that making the 100,000 bricks is the short part of it all. You still have to put each one of those bricks into the walls.
And then you have to plan where you need everything to go. I think that
Yeah, the planning is the big one part. Yeah. And not to mention the decorating. Boy,
we haven't quite mastered that part yet. It's only been
No.
8 years.
I know. The decorating part is the part we find the hardest.
But this is the time to play if you love decorating. Like
Yeah.
it's when we started, just to put things into perspective, like there was no multi-story housing, there was no putting items in on top of each other, which there is now.
We couldn't even put items on top of items when we were making the labyrinth, the puzzle labyrinth.
We couldn't, yeah.
Right? Like decorating that place was all without placing.
And just the sheer amount. There was a time where they were coming out update after update where they were just releasing new furniture, releasing new wall types, just all sorts of things that just help your village look unique, and having the houses look unique compared to all the other houses in their place. It's just crazy what you can do now.
Just to put things into perspective, when we started the labyrinth, I don't even think bridges were in. Like
No,
they were
it wasn't.
they were announced, and we were like, okay, we're gonna plan this place as if bridges are in. But we started before they were in, and
When we did Autumn Twilight, stairs were not a thing.
stairs were not a thing, right? You had
Because
the
you can
climbing
watch
ladder.
the old videos and be like, I plan to put stairs here in this place.
Right. But for now,
And that never happened.
they never came in, right? They
never
never
came.
in before we stopped playing over there.
One thing that I would find really cool is if they finally added the ability to create stairs, but like all the different stone stairs types. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I mean, the way that stairs are, I think. Oh wait, maybe I'm thinking of spiral staircases.
You
Because if you're
are.
making a spiral staircase, you can make like a stone or a marble spiral staircase, but the stairs are still wooden. It's like the pillar in the middle gets the
Yeah,
texture.
I'm talking about full-blown stone stairs.
Yes, they definitely need that. You know what would also be awesome is if they could make like staircases that run across two tiles so that it's less sloped. Like just more functionality or more options for stairs would be awesome.
So, Dude Jensen, you said many of the caves at the labyrinth still exist. Which labyrinth? The first one? The second one? The third one?
I mean, hopefully the third one.
It's still
all
there.
the
Yeah,
kids should be
I
there,
just
I feel.
like the Deliverance one or the second Deliverance one. I feel like both of those the caves would exist, but none of no. We visited Deliverance back in 2018, and the
Puzzle
caves were
Plaza.
still there in the puzzle labyrinth one
Oh, like the original
on
puzzles.
puzzles. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's where we even found, like, the statues were still there
right.
in the
right.
cave, but
Yes.
the actual, like, labyrinth was long gone. Yeah, the one at
by
Willow Pond, yeah.
We maybe a couple years ago.
It was
we
2
did
years.
2 years ago, there's a
Right.
stream that we did, and you could probably find it called. I think we called it "Rediscovering Puzzles Through Archaeology."
I don't remember.
And we revisited our very, very first deed puzzles where we built that first labyrinth. And yeah, a lot of the caves were still there. I remember we were doing archaeology so that we could get the little token
That's right. Yeah.
for that deed.
I feel like we got one.
I think we got it, yeah. Although where it is now,
There's a new highway just beside that area. Man, I feel like when we were in puzzles, at least one time, there was a guy that was coming through being like, oh, I was going to build a highway right through. Like,
yeah,
we were in the way of his highway.
we were in the way.
And he had to figure out a way around it. At that time, there was no diagonal roads.
Right.
So I can't remember what happened. I feel like that road was eventually made. He made it north of us, I believe.
Okay.
But I can't really remember
I remember
what it
feeling
looked
at the
like or where it
time,
was going.
like we were really new players, and this guy comes, he's like, I want to make a highway right through this area. Is it okay if we just put it right next to your deed? And I was like thinking,
Oh, almost
Man.
got this guy a rare tool belt, but it didn't turn rare. That sucks.
I totally, like, at the time, because we were new and this was our place, and we kind of set it up to be like in the middle of nowhere, totally isolated from everything. We kind of didn't want it. We didn't want that highway built. We're kind of like that old grumpy farmer who doesn't like that highway built right
He
next to his
literally
farm.
went into the middle of an olive tree forest. And back then, olive trees were like so much larger.
Yeah,
Like, it was hard to get through that forest.
It's hard to get through the forest. Yeah, we literally put it right next to the olive tree forest so
Yeah.
that we would be completely isolated from everybody.
But at the same time, I remember, and I can't remember if it was true, but within the olive tree forest, we found one house. And that house was like, I can't remember if it was a 1x1 or like a 2x2. And it had like Rolf's name on it.
Right.
So like Rolf's house. And he, like all of the stuff was like created by Rolf.
Yeah.
I can't really remember. And we're like, is this Rolf's house? Like right next to where we
Us. Yeah.
never found out whether it was.
I think we did find out that it was.
Did we?
I could be wrong, but I think we did find out that it was his.
I kind of remember thinking that we found out. I just don't remember how.
I can't remember how, but I mean the fact that it has Rolf as it on all the tags, who created it, it has to be his character at least.
So Amethyst, we have to visit Mag Scar. It looks crazy. We got Southside done. You should take a bunch of screenshots and post it on the Discord screenshot channel.
Yeah. I mean that highway, the Magscar Highway project, is just an insane.
And Serene, do we remember chestnut forests? So back in those days with the olive tree forest when we were in puzzles, chestnuts didn't exist.
Yeah.
Chestnut forest didn't exist. Chestnut trees.
But
But
chestnuts and olives are about the same kind of dimensions. At least they were before the tree change.
did they shrink both of those trees?
Yeah, they shrunk all the big trees. They shrunk them so that you could actually walk through them. But there was a time where if you had two olive trees next to each other, you couldn't walk between them. And so if there was a massive olive tree forest, like getting through it was like nearly impossible. You had to chop your way through it.
Yeah. That's true. Or just turn around.
Or just turn around and try to find another way.
And that's why I had once planned an area in one of my labyrinths where it was just an olive tree forest on every tile. And I allowed it to grow, and it was just like one big open area, but the olive tree itself formed the labyrinth part of that area.
Yep.
So even I had no idea how you would get through it, or if you could get through it. I had to just test it as it grew.
Yeah, that one was the one on Puzzle Plaza.
Puzzle Plaza, which no one, unfortunately, no one ever went through.
Yeah.
Only maybe a couple people.
Yeah.
But the event never happened that was supposed to happen, so that was sad. And I don't have a record of what it looked like.
Right.
There was one record of what it looks like, and it's only like a portion of it.
It was less of a
So if you
puzzle,
go on the
more of a
forums
maze.
and you look up Puzzle Plaza,
What?
oh look at that. There's your post for Puzzle Labyrinth when we first opened it. Puzzle
Oh yeah.
Labyrinth grand opening. There's 2 posts.
You know, maybe I'll move over to weapons. I could do some weapons.
Here it is. Zalafir.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wonder where Zalafir is these days. He was a fun guy. He single-handedly took us from puzzles, and we like built this puzzle plaza up. And there was another person there.
Oh, did
Oh,
he?
he actually came back this year? That's crazy.
There was a few years ago he came
Do
back.
you
and-
remember the name? So on this post, so 2 things I want to show. So there's the labyrinth. Got the old stone, like tall stone walls, and the palisade gates. So it was a bunch of areas that were separated by palisade gates. And the palisade gates were so tall then, and you couldn't distinguish between the gates and the actual wall type of palisade. They looked exactly the same. And so it was like you would be in the small area and you'd have like different ways to go, the palisade gates that were separated by palisade gates, and then when you go to the next area, each palisade gate kind of led to a different area in the labyrinth. And they would just keep leading you to different areas, and you were trying to figure out a way to get. Even this part here was part of the labyrinth. But you can see, I don't see. This picture was taken before the labyrinth was done, because this whole area ended up being a labyrinth as well. But other than that, I don't remember anything about this labyrinth.
I remember
There
it
was
being
an
more like a rat
entrance.
race.
It was a rat race once you get to this area here, leading up to where you had to like climb this or something. You had to climb up here and then drop down or something.
I mean,
Can't
like
really
a rat
remember.
race in the sense that there wasn't any puzzles to solve. It was more of a just run through.
That's
it and
right.
just
It was
hope to
designed
find the
in
exit.
the hopes that it would be a deed, an event. So like an actual race.
Yeah.
It might have even said it here somewhere.
We even had an area where, like, depending on the time of day, the gates would unlock or lock.
Yeah.
Right. So like.
Yeah.
depending
Yeah,
on the
there was
time
an
of
area
day,
like that.
The
So imagine we had just played, like this is the first year we were playing. So we were playing in February or March of 2012. I think it was
Yeah.
February. And here we are in sort of, I believe it was the summer. No, when was this posted? It was all the way in October. Okay.
what was it?
And
We started streaming in November that year.
so this says the puzzle monthly events, games, mini quests designed by us for the players, team events with priests needed to complete tasks inside the labyrinth, challenges for older players, and a 4-day event timer for starting events at maximum players online. Oh, it says the truth behind the events. After hearing of a place called Puzzles Labyrinth, that was us, I quickly contacted these players. We lassoed the idea together infusion of a game event deed, comprehensive market area, and a well-designed puzzle labyrinth in a compact area. They also had a champion zoo across the street, which I think you can see in one of our old first videos. Do you remember? Here are names that we haven't heard for a long time: Webbler, Moncton Clown,
Yep.
Tep, and Snoo.
Yep.
They've all been working on a desert, so that was controversial back then. Remember when that was controversial back then? We turned a giant forest area into a desert.
Right. Right. And people did not like that.
There was like 3 people that did not like that or something that lived nearby.
Moncton Clown, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
That's true. I wonder if he's still mucking around, especially now, because his job, if I remember correctly, was being, I can't remember the name, the grip or the something like some name like that, where he was like the electrician on TV sets.
Right.
He would like build all the electrical stuff that they
I
needed.
remember his job would take him away for a while. He would then be off for like 4 months straight or something like that.
Yeah.
He had a really nice place. He put a lot of time and effort into his deed. Who is this?
Should we get rid of that? Oh yeah, you already did.
Got him. I got him.
Yeah, no one click on that link. All right,
Yep.
So this has been really fun. And we know next week we have the opening of the server.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said earlier, so we do want to do, first we're going to be building up our characters, founding a deed somewhere. Hopefully as many people can come out and be close to us or be part of the deed. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. But if we're all in sort of the same area, that would be fun.
What's still around?
Oh, nice.
He was a friend of Nightshade. That's how we met Quasiwood.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Nightshade for sure. I mean, unless something's changed, she does not play anymore.
No. Although she did come back to sell off all of her stuff, and she sold her character. So I see the Nightshade character still on every so often.
Okay, yeah, she doesn't own any of those characters.
No.
And as far as we know, she went and she now lives on an actual farm.
Right.
And does farming in real life.
Seems like a natural progression, you know.
Yeah.
She was such a farmer in this game.
Oh wow! Fifth or sixth time, you would have more knowledge in what we did than we do. I would say.
Yep. Yeah, probably.
You're gonna have to remind us. What exactly did we do? I remember bits and pieces. So you have a deed next to Quasi on Delhi. Oh, that's cool. Where on Delhi are you guys? Ugh,
What?
almost turned this
Apparently.
way again.
Apparently, Almost Solitude just found a drake while exploring, and he's trying to bring it over here.
What? Does that mean we gotta put on our armor and kill it?
Maybe. Wow. That's lucky.
If you need, okay, so let's do that because I've never actually killed a drake before.
Never killed a drake before either, if you can believe it.
I got my equipment. Just tell me where to go.
Do you have your equipment, or is it on the boat?
I got it.
I should equip my weapon.
All right. Someone's gonna have to.
That's crazy.
I
How do
swear,
you
I'm
just-
gonna be like on the wrong side of this deed when it comes.
I'm just gonna
have
go
no
out
idea.
there and find a drake.
What?
As if, like, I don't know how. Like, how do you find a drake just randomly roaming around?
Yeah, everybody come.
Okay, where are we going?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Anybody know?
Paved area on the west side of the deed, is Virus is saying.
I am looking at my compass. I am going to the west side.
Paved area.
Like here? Who said that?
That was Virus.
Virus. So all I have to do is find a virus, I would assume.
Okay, so meet at the west side of the deed, and he's going to show us the way. So
Okay.
we got to go
There he
find
is.
him. Hold on. Let my compass settle. West side of
Oh,
the deed.
this is exciting. So many things, so many firsts for us after 8 years of playing. We've never jumped
We've
off
never-
and played human darts before.
Right.
And we've never killed a drake before.
I don't see Virus. Where? Oh, here he is. Okay.
Is he running? Wait, is this him? I'll let somebody else jump on that.
Oh, that's me. I jumped in.
You
there.
jumped on it. They haven't made it so more people yet.
Here, I'll let you go. You jump in there.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, fine. If you just jumped off.
Yeah, I'll just follow behind.
Wait, there's another cart if that person's also going? Usually the drake will find you, and the drake's never found us. We almost went to one. We were supposed to go to a slaying, probably like a Zalafir slaying, and that just never happened.
Yeah, that never happened.
And that was in 2012. Like since then, 8 years
there's a
and
spot.
what spot? Sorry.
Nautilus gave me her spot.
Oh,
Thank you. Wait, I said her, but I'm not actually sure. Nautilus is a guy. Nautilus gave me his spot. Sorry, Nautilus.
I am not following this chat. You're gonna have to.
I'm not following the chat either.
Oh no, somebody's.
There's too many chats to follow now.
Wait, what's happening?
We're waiting for everybody to gather. It
Why is
seems.
everyone saying X?
X
Do
up
it.
and low if you're bringing a fighter. Just need a head count, so we should just X.
I X'd.
Yes, it is insane to think all this is crafted by a player or players. Yeah,
Isn't that crazy?
There's some things in this game that just make my jaw drop. Like, even though we've made some crazy things, there are some things that I like see and I just don't understand.
Yeah, like where'd you get that idea?
Yeah.
How long would it have taken you? Like they would have taken so long. The first time we ran through Electrus's mines, that was. I remember your thoughts. Oh,
Right. That really taught me a big lesson on how to make mines properly.
is it
And
crazy
back then-
that like after all these years we can remember all these people's names? We remember all of the interactions we've had with them over the years, and it's that's the type of game this is. Like you're going to be joining a community with 15 years of history, essentially.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes you meet people who've been playing all those 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're still waiting here, right?
Yeah. I think he said
There is no
thing-
deed. Please don't steal the corpse. I'm sure we're gonna roll the stuff. Okay. Where is the boat? We're walking. We're walking. Okay. Does that mean I should get off?
No. You stay on. Virus
Okay.
says that he'll take us.
Okay. Thank you. I'm not following what's happening.
Yeah. There's a lot of chat happening right now.
But yeah, so the idea with the new server is we jump on, we increase our skills as much as possible while building a small deed, hopefully maybe an alliance of people, and I'll be doing a whole bunch of different projects that we'll see what happens. Hey, Ray.
I definitely want to be part of the projects where we're building guard towers.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be so many just community projects like roads and highways, guard towers, that sort of thing. And then there's going to maybe a bunch of colossi.
I don't think anybody's going to be thinking colossi at the beginning.
We did.
Well,
we built one in
maybe.
our tiny little labyrinth.
That might be true, but that was after we were,
Yeah, a few
it
months.
wasn't the first thing we thought of.
But then I'll also be building a whole bunch of events that we're hoping to have done every single quarter, if that makes sense. So every single quarter, like 4 times a year, we can hold like some small event. So we spend the time building some small thing.
Yeah.
And of course, one of them, the big one, I'll try to do like one big one at the end of the year, which I guess would be some sort of labyrinth. So there you go. If you're also wanting a labyrinth, I'll torture myself and design a small one.
We definitely want to do events and have events run. Like even if they're small events, like build a checkered chessboard and have chess tournaments or something like that.
There will be a stream, and this is my hope, where me and Adam face off on a giant chessboard.
Yep.
To the death.
And Ray CG, you got yourself a crystal ball.
What?
Awesome.
You did it? I wasn't even there. I tried to like peek into the labyrinth to see if you were like on your way. But I'm glad you did. Did you do it without cheating? Wait, I'm not following where we are.
We are going across some massive bridge, it looks like, up ahead.
Oh. Is the labyrinth still a thing? Yes. So it's a thing until we forget to pay its upkeep. So you can still go there and you can still get the crystal ball.
Yep.
So you had to cheat at some point. It was getting late. Tell me which part. Oh, which part did you cheat on? Just say like some buzzwords so that.
And Validus says, then I need to rush.
Yeah. I went through some videos recently just to see if I could peek at what I did at Autumn Twilight, because we literally have no videos of the castle, of going through the castle, except for like a slight area.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Was anybody around when we did the
Autumn Twilight?
The Autumn Twilight adventure? That's the one adventure I don't really talk about, and the reason is because I don't remember it.
Right. It was a great event, though. There was at least a dozen people who were going through the Autumn Twilight.
I kind of remember there being like 30 people, but I don't even, that's my guess.
I don't know if it was 30, but it was like in the teens for sure. But I think like it wasn't
an entire event. This is what I remember about it. I had hidden 7 chests across the
7
castle.
buildings. Yeah.
And the castle was 7 buildings, as large as they could be. And people had to find the 7 chests, which each one uncovered a piece of a code that they needed. And then together, so it was like everybody's working together. And so everybody uncovered the code, and then they had to figure out what the code meant, which led them on another hunt to get some sort of key, I believe, that was hidden.
It was a 4.
That
Was it a key?
I think it was a
or
key.
was
It was a key that
was the-
then
what was
they
the
needed
4?
to use another code that they also got from somewhere that then unlocked where the actual prize was hidden.
Right.
Then, like, I don't really remember where all the chests were, and I don't remember what was written on the chests. I don't remember the look of every single house. And the reason is because one day someone out of the people that you see on the screen forgot to put upkeep in Autumn Twilight. And it just poofed. Everything just... Yeah,
See,
I don't want to hear
he
anything.
He blames me, but it could have easily been both of our responsibilities to be thinking about these
And
things.
that is the response of someone whose responsibility was. Oh, yeah, I don't remember anything about that castle. We have one video where like you went through a little bit of one of the rooms, and that was it.
Yeah. It was definitely a sad day when we realized that the deed fell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that amethyst. Yeah.
So how do you remember Amethyst, that event?
Yeah, we didn't stream.
Oh,
the
did you
event,
come to the event, or
record
you
it.
just came to the
No.
castle? So you remember the castle?
Yeah. Okay, before this all begins, I'm gonna have to quickly go to the bathroom. So I will be.
You're
right back.
really gonna miss this? Oh, we're going to the washroom.
I will be right back.
All right. This reminds me of a time. So I mean, we haven't killed any drakes or dragons or anything in Wurm, but we have in Wurm, in EverQuest. We used to do a bunch of raids to kill the original EverQuest dragons. In particular, there was one dragon called Nagi, or Nagaffin, she was a fire dragon deep within this dungeon. I don't know how many people played EverQuest, but it was a big event like this. It needed 50-ish people to be successful, and everybody had to do something very specific. Thank you. All the pictures would be amazing to look at. All right, let me see. Fatten the dragon up. We're going to keep heading north a bit and see what happens. What does that mean? We're going to randomly just run into this? The slaying is right now. That's why we're all here. Oh.
Did I miss anything?
No.
Okay.
So Saul is tracking it back, probably to its spawn. Uh-oh. So I guess you're not around, Ray. You can always run and catch up if you were at the Impalong. But I guess you were at the labyrinth.
Yeah. This seems like it was an impromptu, like, hey, I just found a drake sort of thing.
Yeah, it wasn't. Doesn't seem like it was planned.
Nope. Virus is saying it was improvised for sure. This is kind of fun though. Never been on a Drake hunt before.
January to June 2013. So that was when it was all pretty much almost done, right?
Autumn Twilight, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, was on quite done at that point, or no, it wasn't done. It was
No.
we were still making it.
We were definitely still making it during that period.
Yeah, so like
I don't even think we started until January 2013, or somewhere in that
I think
vicinity,
you're
maybe
right.
December.
I think you're right.
Like we started making videos in November, but
In December, we were on the Deal or No Deal show, and I remember,
the Impalong.
and that was the first Impalong we ever went to, and you had won, I believe, like 20 silver or something.
Yeah,
and
something like that.
It wasn't until after that that we took all that money and we invested in the deed, and at the time, the deed was like,
Yes, that was your Impalong, Willow. Yeah.
that was your Impalong, yeah, Willow.
Yeah.
That's that was your last Impalong, wasn't it? And that was our only Impalong that we ever went to of yours. And we made, and Ray, that's where we met you, Ray. And we made 5 Colossi,
Yeah.
something like that within that weekend.
And Ray, I think it was your compass that I casted a WA on it that was like insane or something. I can't remember.
Wait, people are veering off randomly here. What's going on?
My priest wasn't that high and was just like lucky 990 some odd cast on a compass you had.
It was a blue drake.
Is it a blue drake? I really like the look of blue drake scale, which is why I ended up getting
nice. You still have it.
Yes, still have it. 92.
Wait, why is everybody going that way?
Like, and at the time when I cast that 92, I was like, that was a mind-blowing cast for me because my priest was not, not that high at that point.
92. Yeah, that's crazy.
Characters. Yeah. I remember saying to you, like, there's a good chance I might shatter it, and you're like, whatever.
I can't even remember mine.
Oh, there's a few spiders on us.
Yeah, see, even my compass has 70.
Yeah.
WOA.
Whoa, what is this place?
Where are we?
This is quite insane.
The spider is big. All spiders that, like the slow spiders. What are the other traits that spider has that makes it huge? Champ spiders.
I see. So we're supposed to be keeping our eyes open for the drake because
All right.
it was lost.
Let's be quiet. If anybody sees it on my screen.
I see a scorpion, a greenish scorpion. Here, drakey. I think they removed the ability to track them. Yeah.
Oh, they did?
I think so.
I feel like that's the best emote of like Adam's face.
I don't see anything.
Hearing
Scorpions.
somebody killing a scorpion and or K-bug. How far could it have gone?
I just saw something down there. My mouse scrolled over something that went red.
There's a spider over there. No, this is where we need a GM to appear and tell us the dragon is this way.
That would be cheating.
Yeah, I guess so. Alright. The scorpion that way.
Am I remembering right that the ability to track the uniques has been removed?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, Willow's saying it was removed. Yeah.
Uh,
And I think that it was intended to make it so that it's more fair. Because what ended up happening was that just once a dragon spawned, people went out and
so
just
many of
tracked it
us.
and
Hasn't anybody
captured
seen it? Maybe we need more of like a planned attack here.
spread out.
I found 2 sheep. We can lure it like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
You know how like there's that faux, is it a faux ability or is it a, I can't remember, that can sense all of the animals in the area? Okay, so the pics that Amethyst had made of Autumn Twilight are posted in the Discord now.
Sweet, thanks so much.
Let's see.
I'll have to take a
Good
look
job.
after this hopeful
Oh, and,
Drake slaying.
Mag Scar also. Oh yeah. These are definitely early picks.
I'm guessing it's not anywhere near us right now. It's like the anticipation.
Yeah, I'm totally not knowledgeable about the behavior of uniques and how they.
Yeah, I see people
Go
saying
about
that it
doing
went
it.
back to its spawn point. Is that something that happens? They just sit at a spawn point?
Yeah, I never really thought that anything really has.
Is it a
tether
drake
to
or a
its spawn.
dragon? We believe it's a drake. That's what was being said.
Yeah, I think it's a drake. Okay, so in the pics
A
are in
blue
chronological
drake.
order.
A blue drake hatchling. So, Soul, you lost it here. Okay. How fast does it run? It
This
went
was all back
uphill.
in-
So it could be. Do you remember which side? West or east? This is where some GM flying powers would be really nice. It could be in a boat crossing the server by now. Is it that fast? I actually don't know how fast they are. I've never seen one.
Yeah, not fast. Like they can chase. You can't run really well away. Like you can't run on foot away from it for sure. Or whether it can catch you on a horse. Maybe he flew off. No, I don't. I don't think they can fly. It baited all the fighters out of the Impalong, and now it's killing all the Imper.
That would be funny. You remember meeting a drake at the top of a mountain on Serenity, and it made you fly down the mountain. I feel like the silence before the storm. Okay, well, we have no eyes or idea, so unless we want to wander, we call this off now and hopefully catch it for another day of the event. Oh, that's true. I'd be completely lost, and we don't even have a horse to go around.
Yeah, of course. I would definitely
Scratch
not want to be
that.
wandering
Sighted
around
at
on foot.
Lakeview, maybe. Yeah, since we don't know this area at all.
Yeah.
Do drakes go? They just like walk along the water. Like
Yeah,
they
I
could
don't
just
know.
be anywhere.
Can they swim?
Uniques also won't go to the deeds.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I know they tend to bash walls.
Yeah, if I knew this area at all and had a horse,
Exactly. If we had a
I'd be
horse and knew
out.
the area, we'd be out and about running. But
And then when someone says something like, it's at Lakeview, I'd be like, I know where that is. But I don't know where that is. You're talking about Adam, right, White Willow?
yeah,
Adam would
yeah,
still get lost.
you are talking about me. I think Brian has.
We got it. Nice, north. Ha. Here we go.
Nice. There's a troll up there running with us.
Maybe it can help.
Little deed off to the left here, behind all these
Wow.
trees.
Kind of speechless.
My
Oh my god, there it
Yep.
is.
Is it? Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
All right.
How do we do
all right.
this? Do we just go for it?
I don't know.
Do I jump off of this?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
What do we do?
I don't think. I think we need to get everybody here. There's still like a massive train of people, but I've
Yeah.
targeted it. Let's
I
see what
don't want to
happens.
target it yet. Should I target it?
Let's see. Hopefully it's
Alright, I'm
not
targeting
hitting
it.
me. Let's see what it's hitting.
Okay. People got to give us some hints.
Wait a minute. It's attacking me, or does it attack everybody? Nope, I'm getting hit though.
You are getting
Oh.
hit. Oh my god, you're
I
half
am
health.
got hit
Run.
big.
Is that what you do? You run?
Yeah, I'm backing off. I have half health now. That's crazy.
So, should I be hitting it at a specific direction? Let's look at my combat window. Focus up. Focus up.
Man, why did it target me of all people?
I'm focusing up.
See, I just have to make sure it doesn't hit me again. If I can get a hit off, it'll heal me a little bit. Oh, somebody's healing me. Who's that?
Nice. Ooh. Oh, that hurt.
I don't even have any cotton.
Oh, that hurt again. I'm getting off. I need to focus. I don't know. There's a lot of us, but I've never done this before.
Me neither. It's very possible I'm not even hitting it. I miss. And again, I miss. Boy.
It's like I'm trying my best to get up. Oh, okay. I'm backing up. Oh, God. Okay, healing. I've got 1 cotton. I did not prepare for this, did I?
Ooh, I got one hit in. Now that I'm at like level 4.
I'm completely gonna die.
Hit its head. Am I not?
Do I have more cotton?
That move is too advanced for me? Wow.
I have more cotton.
I can't even target its head because it's too advanced for me, apparently.
Oh, I just died more. Am I not far enough away? There you go. Trying to heal up. Oh. I have 1 cotton. Oh, man.
Did you get that healing spell?
No, I was too
you
far
missed it.
away.
Come back
Does
closer.
it matter
come back
if I'm
closer.
like far away? Let me get closer.
Yeah, you missed it. Somebody cast a
Dang it.
heal spell on everybody in the area. It's almost dead. We got this. We got this.
I might die.
What's your health at?
Half?
It's almost dead.
Come on. Come on. Let me focus. Oh, man.
Yeah, I got my focus all the way up to the top, which is very rare to have happen.
All right. I'm completely behind it, I believe. Yes! Wow, that's the first time I ever heard those sounds.
Yep.
Nice. Heal. Time to heal.
Yeah, do you have any bruises? 'Cause that's the only thing I can heal right now.
I do have some cotton.
And we got our blood. What does
Nice.
blue drake blood do?
Blurry Hashy, thanks for the follow. We just got Blue Dragon Hatchling Drake Hide. Sweet.
Yep. 0.17. I think if we combine ours,
Our 2 pieces, we can
is
make
that
one
enough to
thing,
make a
maybe.
glove? Yeah.
That would be
I
so
think a glove
cool.
is 0.3 or 0.33 or something like that.
All right. Healed, healed. We just have to wait. Awesome. Wait, do you also butcher it and get more stuff, or does it like drop stuff? I don't even know.
I don't know. I think it does, but
It drops its skull and rare bone. Oh, nice. And a chance to drop a magic tomb as well.
yeah,
No
I think
tombs this time. Oh.
are tombs still a thing? Yeah, right. What was it that they changed about tombs though?
Yep. I should have stayed,
You should have stayed
even though I
because
probably would have
your life
died.
transfer would have healed you up.
You're right. I wasn't even thinking about that, but I would have had to have hit it
Right.
to
Yeah,
which I
we were
was
rarely
not
hitting it.
doing.
Yeah. Okay, so from dragons you only get one charge. That's what the change was.
Okay. I thought that battle would take a little longer.
Yeah, looking back, it looks like I hit it maybe
I didn't
two
hit
times.
it.
Let's see.
Yeah, my fight skill is not what it should be. I know yours is better than mine.
Is it?
Yeah. You're in the 80s, aren't you?
I'm in the 80s somewhere. Yeah, it looks
Whereas
like I hit it twice.
I'm 77. So I'm like at the level of just. You're at fighting 97.9. That's awesome.
Let's see what fight skill we got out of that. Oh, not very much. So I'm at 81.8. That's my fight skill. Yeah, we're not.
We're not
never really-
fighters.
Yeah, we're not fighters. We're builders.
Yeah.
And yet somehow fight skills at 81. So I guess we do fight at some times.
Yeah. This is like
Mm-hmm.
this is the first time we've had this type of adventure, that's for sure.
Yes, I think there was something saying something about getting, like my journal entry popped off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, saying that
Mine
there
did
must have
not.
been. Let's see, which. Slay a legendary creature.
Okay, that's cool.
Under the winding road.
The one that I don't have. That's right.
Boy, my journal is pretty pathetic. The only section I finished is the finding the path, which is the first one after the first steps.
Oh, is anybody else having that problem with Adam's
problem?
mic? Sipaku.
Uh-oh.
Talk a bit.
It says that I'm hollow and in the distance. Yeah.
I feel like it's your mic, or maybe you have to talk into the mic or something. I'm not sure.
It's very possible it's my mic. I mean, yeah, I don't even know.
I feel like you would have to play around with the gain and then settings, all the different settings, Discord settings.
I mean, I turned it so
mic
that
settings.
the Discord isn't filtering anything anymore.
Well, as long as it's not all the time. I do notice that sometimes when you're talking, it's like we can't hear anything.
I mean, it might be that. I mean, I might try just using my headset mic. It won't be as good in terms of the quality, but if it works, then it's better.
I do remember that it was really quiet.
Yeah.
See,
Picking
this
up speakers.
just proved that.
Here, turn these down. I mean, I don't have any speakers, so there's no.
Your laptop probably does.
Well, the laptop has speakers, but they're not on. I don't have anything.
Tap your microphone.
Like that?
Do it again. That's really hard to tell whether that's actually coming from. Wait, so if you go into Discord.
Okay. Into Discord, yeah. Settings.
My voice and video. So input is what? Just your Yeti, I'm assuming.
Just my Yeti.
But then if you go into our actual chat and you click on the drop down.
Okay, so our actual chat under this.
Drop down of the mic.
Yeah. Of the what?
There's a mic button. Oh,
Where?
shoot.
Like in the streaming room,
Yeah,
and there's like hide
there's a bunch of
names,
buttons
edit
at the bottom.
channel.
No, in our actual chat. Click the streaming room, it'll open up our chat.
Okay, yeah.
And then the buttons in the middle. There's a mic,
Yeah,
there's an
I
arrow.
see.
Input
Yeah.
is...
Input is the Yeti.
Okay. Then I guess it's the Yeti.
definitely coming from the Yeti. It's definitely.
Oop.
But yeah, I have it set to just the front, and I have the front facing me.
It's definitely clipping a little bit while being quiet, if that makes sense. Like the gain on the actual physical gain is probably a little bit too high.
I
While as
actually
the
turned the physical gain all the way down. Let me see. Yep, it's all the way down to the bottom.
interesting. Is it that he sounds hollow but still kind of loud?
Yeah, like is it loud? Because if it's loud, then I could turn it down.
Loud but hollow. All right. So we will.
Now you
Where are
did
we?
put a whole bunch of things on top of, like, you were putting a compressor and that sort of stuff.
I did, yes.
You're not streaming your chat somewhere, are you? What does that mean?
I don't hear you sounding like you have an echo. Do you have an echo? Does anybody else hear Adam has an echo?
I mean, one thing I could try is just switching my audio to my headset mic.
Why would you have an echo?
It's something that we'll have to fix for the next stream, I guess. Considering that we're probably getting to that point.
Yeah.
That was a fun adventure, though.
Yeah, it's interesting that
Oh.
you sounding like that. And like I'm hearing something completely different than that. That was a crazy adventure.
Yeah. I mean, first time killing a drake, that's kind of...
First time killing a drake. First time jumping off of a giant...
a giant tower.
Giant tower. And the first time that Adam's going to sing something for all of us. Here we go.
What?
Yeah, there was a request. You have to do it now.
Where's the request? I didn't see it.
Just got to take a look.
Sound like Kanye.
I come back and everything's already imped. Oh, here's some saddles. You're super happy about you making your first sickle. That's how it should be, right? Every single time you do something in this game, it's like some sort of big event. Something that you couldn't do before that you now can do. We could get a duet going. You sing too, right, Farron? Do I sing? I have been known to sing some stuff in the past, but not really anymore. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Need to calm down after jumping off of that giant tower and killing a drake.
Okay, so we gotta stick around for 20 more minutes.
20 more minutes. All right, we could do that. What's happening in 20 minutes?
It sounds like they're gonna roll for do the roll for the drops. I don't know.
Okay.
I think.
It says rolling the Drake loot for participants in about 15 minutes.
There it
Nice.
is. Yeah.
That would be good. So another idea that I had for the new server was, was it Chef Pee-wee? Thanks so much for the follow. Isn't that
Pekka.
Pekka? Isn't that you, Pekka? Where are you? Somewhere. There you are.
Hey, how's it going?
Man, it's been a while. We were just talking about you earlier,
Yes, we were.
if you were lurking in the background then.
I know, it has been a while.
Yeah, and so this is the guy that we were talking about that created so many of the mats for the Autumn Twilight Castle
Mm-hmm.
and essentially allowed us to complete that event. And also, yes, you're famous, Becca, around here, because you're apparently partly, I guess you are rumor is that you're Finnish.
Love the look of this horse. What do they call it? Well, what do they call the color again? It's called black silver. Yeah.
Since 2013, Amethyst has been wondering if you are Finnish. And the answer is, I assume that you're answering that, nope. Pekka is just a random name I came up with. I guess there's your answer. Yeah, we don't want to know anything other than whether you were Finnish or not. Yeah, we were reminiscing of those days with like you, Nightshade, Chonklord. Who else was there? There was so many people that came in and out of Autumn Twilight. I mean, that was really our only deed where we had it as a village, like a complete village deed, where we invited all sorts of people. People were cycling in and out. All, why is that box moving? Oh, that's you.
Yep.
Like, do boxes move now? Am I tripping out right now?
This is what my yellow potion turned me into.
Is there any other names that you remember, Pekka, during that time? I know there was a number of people that came and they were like playing for a month and then leaving, and playing for a month and leaving. There were probably a lot. Like I can't remember all the names.
Yeah, there were quite a few.
There was one guy who seemed really, really interested in the game, played for like a month or two, built a house, and then one day just didn't come back. And we,
Kiwi?
at the time, we didn't own the house, so we had to bash it down one wall at a time.
Was that Kiwi?
Was that Kiwi?
And
Yeah,
the
I do
Kiwi
remember
or-
Kiwi. I can't remember if that was what happened to Kiwi.
Hmm. We'd have to
Well.
look back through all those videos. I bet you Amethyst knows the names better than we do.
Yeah. You remember
during the
any
village
names that were in
updates-
local?
During the village updates, we would, go through everybody's house and show it
Yeah.
off.
I wonder what those names were. Beecher, that's who we remember. That's the first name that jumped to your head. Beecher was never part of our village,
No.
but he was around. Or was he? He was secretly. I don't know. At least you remember the secret. Thank you so much, Quantum, for the follow.
Welcome. Welcome to the stream.
No,
Okay.
Beecher was a good guy in our videos. Morita. I don't recognize that name,
No, I don't
But-
recognize that name either.
no. I don't remember a lot of names, unfortunately.
Remember there was that guy who was trying to convince us that he was Beecher?
There was a guy, like many years later, probably in 2018, where he was trying to convince us that he was Beecher. But
Yeah, but he was not.
he was not Beecher. So what was our opinion on Melena's Wurm trailer? So we did talk a little bit about it. We watched it during the stream. And I did talk a little bit about it on what it represents, I guess, for Wurm, how it was taken by the Wurm community and people not in the Wurm community. Overall, it's a great trailer for Wurm players. And we hope that we can use it to lure players that are not current Wurm players that would be looking for a game specifically like this. What I think that it does really good is it showcases the things that you can do in the game, while in hopes that other people are looking at it and thinking, oh wow, I'd want to do that in this game. What it doesn't do well, I would say, and this is my opinion, and it would be really hard to do this in a trailer, is to showcase first and foremost what people should expect in this game when they first log in or play. I'm not sure how you do that. And it came because of one comment that I showed of this video to some players that never played Wurm, don't know anything about Wurm, and they kind of came away with like, one person was even like, I didn't even know that it was an MMORPG after watching it. Or I didn't know that it was like what type of game it is. Like I didn't know it was an online game. I didn't know that it was a like after watching it, you don't know what to expect, but you do know the types of things that you would do if you did play it. It's not really about the gameplay so much, because yeah, trailers aren't really supposed to show gameplay. That's what gameplay videos are for. But
Yeah.
more so along the lines of like the type of game that it is. You don't really leave, and I guess this is for players that don't play these types of games. Like, what type of game is Wurm? What are we expecting to not the environments to be, but like the foundational game to be like? Because yeah, you can say, okay, the foundation is a sandbox. We're playing a sandbox. What does a sandbox mean to players that have never played a sandbox before? And so that's what their points were. They like came out of it like, well, I know that you can dig, and I know that you can, cook, but what type of game is it? Because those elements are in other games too. Like you can play games where you can craft, you can play games that you can cook, you can play games with all that stuff, but those games are not about those things, and they're not. There's games that are sandboxy or games that have sandbox elements, but and a trailer might look very similar to Wurm's trailer. So what makes Wurm different than those games, and what are those players that really should be expecting? And so if I really had to delve deep and criticize what they could have added that wasn't in there, it would be probably like the idea of what a new player should be expecting. Like the survival aspect was kind of missing. The idea of like going from having nothing to building stuff, and that everything that you do, you just have to decide that you're going to do. That you go from a nobody to a somebody. And so that was sort of not there, and more it was really revolving around, look at all the stuff you can do in Wurm. Isn't all this stuff really cool? And like, yeah, all that stuff is really cool. And if you're looking for a game where that's the focus, that's what you're going to look at that trailer and be like, this is the game I need to try. And I really think that that's what it'll do, because even with all those criticisms and the comments that they were saying, they still said, oh, the trailer is so polished and it's really nice. And if I was looking for a game like that, I'd at least try it out. Did it say anywhere that the game is free to play? I can't remember.
Didn't. Like I
like jump on it now for free.
When you told me that your friends had told you that they didn't even know that it was MMO, like the first thought that came to my mind is, but it said that it's an MMO. But I guess it's because it kind of flashed on the screen rather quickly, and it was at the end of the trailer.
Yes, I think that's what it was.
That maybe it's a matter of like that should have been up front, but to be honest, like I think that a trailer isn't really supposed to answer the question, what exactly am I going to be doing in this game from moment to moment? The trailer is mostly just to give you like hype about the general, very general sense about the game.
That's how this trailer was. It's not how all trailers could be, right?
But
so this trailer tried to be...
Most trailers are that way, though. Most trailers don't tell you the specifics. They just get you interested into wanting to try to find out more about the game, you know?
Yeah, but there's different types of trailers, different ways that you can get people involved. Like, a lot of people are like, well, PvP was only mentioned for 5 seconds. Okay, that's true. And they could make an entire trailer about PvP if you really wanted to. And make it look amazing if they really wanted to. But I think for a general trailer, all-purpose trailer, this was like the jack of all trades of trailers.
Sure.
It came from the idea of they sat down. Casper would sit down and be like, "Okay, what do I need to include in this?" Well, and the decision was we need to make sure that everybody knows all of the different things, as many different things as we can tell them that you can do in Wurm. And that's what it looks like, right? You can do this right from the beginning. You can do this. You can do that. You can do that. Also, you can do that. You can do that, all the way to the very end. Like, and then you come out of it going, "Wow, you can do like so much." One comment that I found, which is funny, because even though I said that you can do all of this stuff, one comment was somebody came out and said, I don't know what you can. The comment was that they didn't know the crafting things that you could do in this game. They got the sense that there was crafting, but for example, they don't know that there's blacksmithing, for example, or carpentry. It wasn't.
One question: were these people the type of people who might like to play this type of game?
They were the type of players that play MMOs that have crafting in it, but not a sandbox game like this. They've never
Right.
played a game like this, so they're coming from a completely fresh perspective from that. And hey, Tron, I everything's going great. Today's been great. We killed the Drake.
For the first time?
Yeah, for the first time.
Lots of fun.
So the Impalong has been really fun. What else have we missed here? So Fraud Hammer, you said what will happen to the old servers? They will still be there in the hopes that like players from Steam, players from that download the old client would choose to join old servers. There's still huge benefit to joining old server, whereas a new server is great for new players. For old players, what I think new players fail to see, because I know a lot of new players like, I don't want to play on the old servers because there's so much history, there's too many players that have done too much. Well, isn't that a benefit that you can go onto an old server and you can have like a old community to play with that are able to give you items, and you can join Impalongs like this, and like the new server's not going to have any of that. Everyone's just going to start from scratch, and if you're the type of player that's sitting there like, this game takes too long, well, it would take not as long if you were on the older servers. So take that for what it is. What else did I miss here? Will we both be going to the Steam version? Yes, we will both be going to the Steam version. And if you'd like to join onto that version, come join us.
I know a lot of people are talking about how so many veterans are going to go over to the Steam server, make a character, but aren't sure about whether they're going to stay. Our plan is to completely go over to the Steam servers and play there exclusively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sipiku, like that's just the design choice that they made, creating that trailer was just, instead of showcasing, what a new player should expect, or to talk more about the fundamental aspect. Like if you think of Wurm and how you're going to play, and you're like, well, you start with nothing, and then everything's player made. Things, the world is untouched, and you're sort of taming the world, and you start by crafting some stuff, and then you can choose a profession and become really skilled at that. Like that stuff wasn't touched upon, right? It was sort of hinted at through the different things that they said that you can do in the game. So part of it for me was informing players, look at all this stuff you can do that a lot of other games don't do. And then part of it for me was also like, here's a bunch of new things that were not in the game before. So if you were an old player, wow, look, you can build bridges now. There's something called archaeology now. They basically listed all these things. They even said like bees. That's just like, oh, there's bees in the game now. remember when there wasn't bees before? Like now there are bees. Like, so a lot of the little things were almost like hints for players that have played in the past to look at it and say, wow, this game has a lot more than I remember. And not really for new players, because new players wouldn't be like, oh, they have bees now, because they don't even know that they had bees. It was almost like a weird comment for a new player to look at. And that was the choice that they made, was to list a lot of things that you could do, and it does it really, really well. And one thing that I know is that Catsper's gonna talk on Tuesday in her Wurm Roulette about how she made the trailer, because the trailer itself is just was amazingly put together. And
her Twitch channel there so that people can go over there and follow
her if you haven't. Although I
on-
feel like
on
everybody
Tuesday.
follows her.
Yeah, that's true. On Tuesday, she's going to be walking through the making of that trailer, so that would be a fun stream to watch. I think that the trailer did a really good job at doing what it was supposed to do, which is to create hype, to get people excited about the game. I definitely
Right.
feel like it was tailored towards older players of Worm, people who knew what Worm was about, to like incite them to come back, because it did show a lot about all the new things that were in the game, like the pretty graphics and the, you know, putting items on tables. Like I've seen so many comments of people saying, "Oh, this isn't in the game. You can't put items on tables like that. You can't have third-person view." It's like, yeah, you
But
can
you can now. In a school. Thank you
the
so much
fact
for the follow.
the fact that it was released only a few days ago and it has 16,000 views on YouTube tells you something.
Yeah, and you're right, NSA there. Yeah, it could have many trailers and still not cover everything in the game. See, and
Yeah.
if you look at my old unofficial trailer, right, where I basically just as a player said I'm going to create a trailer, and I just created one, just running around, and I approached it slightly differently, where I approached it more of like an overall narrative of things that you could do in the game, while positioning it specifically to target players that have never played a game like this, but that always wanted to, like players like
Your
we were.
trailer.
That's what we did. I positioned it in a way where players that played EverQuest, or players that played World of Warcraft, or players that looked
Ultima Online.
like those games where you're like, look at the scene, the environment around you, and notice that you can't really do much in it. Everything is combat. And then I said, okay, well, what if you could join a world that felt more like a world, and that you could do all these things? And like, that's how I approached my trailer. And nothing is really better or worse for these trailers. My trailer's like really old and looking grainy at this point, but there could be many trailers, you know, you're right, that will show different aspects of Wurm, and they could have taken the trailer that Catsper made and separated it into many trailers. There was that much information compressed into that. And
They're doing the rolls now.
oh,
He rolled 14
What
out of
happened?
29.
Lunia, congratulations. I don't know how. That was for the rare bone?
Not sure. I'm confused. Let me see here. It's too many things to read. Yeah, I remember you definitely were like our mindset back then when we were making those videos.
It wasn't the same as now.
Yeah, our mindset was all about trying to explain to people why this game is so good. Like, what was it that we loved about this game? And, you know, trying to just...
Yeah, taking MMO players' expectations back in 2012. I recorded a lot of it, and I designed the narrative in 2012. of that trailer. And so we had just gotten multi-story housing. We had just
Right.
gotten actually there's a few things at that time, like riding on animals without standing on animals or surfing on animals. Like we had just gotten all of this stuff. And the time, I mean, it was a different time then. It was like no one knew Minecraft was a thing, but it wasn't really a thing yet. And so not that many players, especially old players, knew anything about the possibilities of a game like this. So it was more about taking people's expectations, like people that play World of Warcraft, people that play EverQuest. They want to be immersed. We wanted to be immersed in a world that felt like a world, living, breathing world. And then you have this game, Wurm, that actually puts you into that like living, breathing world more than any other game did at the time. And it was more about showing that side of it off.
Oh no, I got diseased.
You got diseased?
Yeah.
That's funny.
How do I take this illusion off? Do you know?
Yeah, Tron, we had just gotten out of the Peter Pan outfits.
Yeah. Is there a way to take off an illusion?
Can you right click the buff?
No.
No?
No, I tried pretty much all the regular things.
Sit or embark?
Oh, that might work.
There you go.
Sure.
So no actual way, you just have to do something.
I'm going to embark on viruses. There we go. Thanks, Willow.
And Tron and Sol.
That also works.
I'm going to use one. I have so many yellow potions.
Yep.
Oh my god.
What did you turn into? I gotta come see.
I was not expecting that at all.
You're no gump.
Wow. Oh god. I was expecting to turn into like a barrel. Because that's what usually happens. Oh man.
Like I was looking through our piles of stuff and I found, I think it was a pottery jar filled with 100 yellow potions. Let's see what my next one's going to turn me into. Oh, I'm a pheasant. What the? I'm a pheasant.
That's what I wanted.
What is
I
that
wanted
that I'm
something
on, though?
small and out of the way, and I got the opposite.
I don't know if you can see me. I'm right behind you, but
I can't see anything.
but I'm a pheasant on a shoulder pad or something.
Oh,
It's
there
like-
you are.
It's like my shoulder
under
pads.
you?
It's my dragon shoulder pads and my helmet
Hey, hold on.
and the end of my maul.
I think the
What
same
is
thing happened to me. There's something
Yeah?
under me, like my sword and my hat.
Right, your sword. Oh yeah, I see your sword. That's right. And your helmet. Yeah, me too. I couldn't see it with the box because the box covered it up.
Wait, what happened to the second roll? We
Somebody
completely
else won
missed
it.
that.
Yeah, we
Oh, okay. I'm sword and backpack surfing. Yeah.
yeah, the bone.
I
and
love
the skull
that
are-
response from Willow. Yeah, we don't look at that. We ignore the ground.
Yep. That didn't used to be there though. I kind of remember the illusions working properly before.
So if your shoulder pads stay on you, rest of the gear goes to the floor. Are you saying if I took off the shoulder pads? Wait, what just happened? Somebody shouted my name. And I won. I won? I won what?
Either you can choose a corpse, an eye, another eye, tooth, gland, or meat.
A corpse, an eye, a tooth gland, or meat. I don't know. What should I choose?
Either tooth or eye.
I have a tooth, don't I?
Do you have a tooth? Yes, you do have a tooth. You better go to the front here.
Oh god. Okay. So you think an eye instead of a corpse? The corpse doesn't last.
It doesn't last, and it
But
weighs
the
like
corpse,
50.
you can make a gravestone for it.
Ah, interesting.
I do have a tooth. Oh my god, I can't.
You there?
I don't know
Oh,
what
you-
I'm doing.
You're going
Oh.
down that stairs. There was a ramp.
There
There's
was
a
a-
ramp. that went
Where am I
straight
going?
where you go.
This is terrible.
There's a ramp right next to the stairs. Oh, you got out.
I can't even see my. You know what? This would probably be better, wouldn't it? First person.
First person, yeah.
Did I go the wrong way? I feel like I went the
Yeah.
wrong way.
You went the wrong way.
What?
You better choose though, because they're getting. a little bit
Corpse. I'll take the corpse.
You gotta say it. Where are you?
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't even know what you're doing.
I'm
You went the wrong
coming.
way.
I feel like I'm going really slow. All right, I'm here.
And then you
Ow.
decide to go around the building in the wrong direction too. Oh no, actually, both ways are not the right direction. That's hilarious.
I forgot that you could dye certain parts of a boat.
Yes,
Oh, see, so I came for no reason.
Why?
Because they're handing out the prizes after.
So all you need to do is go to your
Was
local
just-
chat and say it. Which you
And just
never-
say, corpse. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, there goes. Wait, what? There we
Do
go.
I let my brother out alone? No, he needs one of those, like those things that you put on little toddlers, like the straps.
Nobody said that before I ran down the stairs. Oh man, I don't know what's going on. All right, that's all done. I was doing these.
They get turned into something cool like a no gump.
That didn't last very long. How long are they supposed to last?
30 minutes. It should have lasted longer than that. What did you do to get rid of
I
it?
didn't do anything.
Oh.
Unless it's random. Depends on the quality level.
Oh, maybe.
So I do have a lot more on me that no one has seen yet. This is how many I have on me.
So it doesn't matter about the quality level. Like,
Here we go.
the quality level only
Ugh,
determines
I'm a bear
the length
now.
and not what you get turned into. Is that right?
So 100 quality, and it gave me 33 minutes.
Yeah. 100 quality gives about 30-ish.
There, I'm a bear. Not exactly what I'm looking for. But at least it's not a no gump. That's a nice bear behind. Good one, Willow.
See what we turn into next.
It'd be really cool is if you have the illusion and you become something like a bear, that someone can then jump and ride on you.
That'd be cool.
So something that I haven't done in so long. So I went, found a unicorn, and I tamed the unicorn in the hopes that I thought there was like, I remember there being changes to the unicorn and how fast they go to try to make them more useful. Do you remember something like that happen in the past? Does anybody remember this, or is it just in my mind?
Well, they made it so that they can wear horseshoes. Silver horseshoes, I think, or gold ones.
Did they make it so they're any faster?
Well, the fact that you can put horseshoes on them.
Made them
Yeah,
faster? So
they're
they didn't
faster.
actually make them faster. They just allowed you to put horseshoes
They
on them.
also made it so that they get traits. Or has that always been the case? Yeah, traits.
And their traits are also always active.
Okay, so that's
So-
like how horses are.
So I got on one and I'm like, this is not that bad, like just a random unicorn, and I'm going like 15-ish.
Yeah,
Which is not terrible. And then you jumped on
yeah. Then I jumped on.
and it went 0.
Yeah,
Like you were so fat that you stopped the unicorn from moving at all. Like it wasn't even a viable option. I wasn't even going 5. Like I thought, for some reason, I thought they had like looked at it and like fixed that, made it
I almost
something
feel
that
like
you
they
could actually
should-
do.
I almost feel like they should make it so that unicorns can have 2 people on them and not lose any speed. You know?
That's what I.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
As an added
at
benefit.
least make it so you can actually use them. 'Cause, you already need a high level of taming. Like I basically have 40 taming, not that high.
Right. Oh,
And then like
yes.
you go through this, you have to tame this animal to just ride it and do all of this stuff. But then,
Look at me, I got turned into a zombie, and I'm still wearing my
oh, there you are.
my helmet, my mask, my shoulders.
Yeah, except you got your thing on the floor again.
Yeah, the mall's on the floor.
Mall. But that is really cool.
That's hilarious. Isn't it a bit OP?
Oh, is that what it is, Willow? So unicorns are only for princesses. That's why they didn't go fast. So you're saying if you had 2 princesses on a unicorn, then the unicorn would be able to go twice as fast as normal? That is true. Confirmation right there. So
I always thought
really,
unicorns were like harder to tame. I guess they're not.
I mean, that's
Like
still
hell
pretty
horses are-
hard. Hell horses
horses
are very hard to tame.
Yeah.
I can tell you I cannot tame them. But the question here, if you did tame a hell horse, does it stop burning you? Or is that just something that it does just because it's on fire?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh. Thank you very much. I'm running. Where am I going? This way.
Go through that archway, yeah.
See, I just needed to do it once as a practice run. Somebody else got to be.
Hilarious that this mask is still on me. Let's see what it looks like when I take this off. Oh yeah, my hair. What the?
That's your hair?
That's my hair.
And that's your mask. I mean, you still have...
Yeah, okay. Let's take off the mask. Let's see if it gets rid of my hair.
No, your
Okay,
hair's
nope.
still there.
So it's
That's so
me
cool.
turned into a zombie.
Yeah. That's so cool.
That's funny.
Nice.
Do we get the title Dragon Slayer now? Title. Nope, titles. Whoops. / titles. Like, did we get a... Yeah, we got a title for that.
That's cool. I guess I would have it now.
Yep. Boy, can you believe it? We've been playing since 2012, and that was our first dragon, or drake. It's crazy.
There it is. Sweet. Yeah. I guess I'll use it now.
I think we're getting to the time. I know Jack wanted you to sign something for him, so...
Sorry?
Jack wanted you to sign something.
Sign something? What can I sign?
Well, we could do it after the stream, but he's...
How do you sign something? Do you want to drop the corpse in your boat? I do. I kind of want to turn it into a... Should I turn it into a tombstone now? Does that make sense?
We could do it later.
Because if I do, does that plant it into the ground and then, like, I can't move it?
Oh, yeah. You can't
For some reason, I thought you can move it.
Mhm.
Okay, then yes, I do want to put it into my boat.
Yeah.
All right, so let me put this in the boat. Before I do that, I am going to dump it here. Just take one look at it.
It's like a sea serpent corpse up there, but it's called Corpse of Aged Wurm. Can you rename corpses?
Whoa.
That's weird. Yes.
Yeah, I'll have to remember.
A GM renamed them for fun.
I see.
God.
Yeah, I guess we will have to do this soonish.
Soonish, yeah.
Let me put it in here. It's already got 1 damage. Something that I don't know if people actually know, but the dragon sound, which that was the first time that I heard it. Oh, there you are. The dragon sound.
You put that in the game.
I put that in the game.
Yeah.
You can blame me for that loud dragon sound when it dies. That's the first time I ever heard it. Okay, so what am I doing? Ah, okay. Getting this. Are you collecting everybody's autograph? Is that what's going on? Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so how do I do this? Read pen.
Yeah, activate the read pen, right click the thing. Now here's the thing,
Inscribe?
once you hit send, it's over. So
I see. How many let's see, 63. How many words can I do here?
they need to fix the UI there for the inscription because the send button is right in the middle.
Oh yeah, that is weird.
Goes right over the words.
I'm gonna put my first Drake slaying. And then what's the date? I'll just put the July 2020. No, wait. Let's put the in-game date. What's the date in the game?
In the game?
Year 1093.
1093. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Can I put that whole thing? I wonder. On the day of awakening, in week 4 of the starfall of omens, in the year 1093. Yeah, can you believe it? How do I hit this? How do I hit the send button?
Actually click it, I think.
I can't click it.
Really?
Can I press enter? Nope. This is kind of embarrassing.
I'm looking to see if anybody's streaming Wurm aside from us. Nope.
I see we're using the new UI. Yes, we are using the new UI. It's in the live preview client, which you can get to. There's, I don't even know what the way is. There's a way to open up Wurm. It's called Wurm, like choose a client link. Does it help if I drag it open really far? Okay, here we go. So that puts all the words on one line, so that should help. It is not helping. Come on. I'm just hoping that maybe at like one moment, make it as tiny as you can. Okay, so let's do, that's as tiny as I can.
Yeah, they're gonna need to fix that. I feel like there's still a lot of little things
so
about the UI that need
focus.
fixing, but
Yes!
nothing really major. You got it?
Thank you, Jack. So the only thing that worked is hitting. So read the inscription. Oh God, even the close button is kinda on it. There, that looks better. Can I close this? Yeah, I can close it. Okay, so I'm gonna put it inside and I will give it back to you. And thank you for that follow. It's gonna go way too fast, isn't it? Noid, thank you, Noid. And there you go. Awesome. Yes, you're welcome. Yes, you can read what, I guess once you bind the book together, it becomes like one big book. Yeah. I know we couldn't quite hear you, but you said you think so.
I think so, yeah. Sorry, we're gonna have to figure out this. I'll probably next time just try my headset mic. I know it's not as good quality, but it probably won't have as many issues as this.
Yeah, okay, so definitely, I know we streamed longer than we thought we would, so I guess we gotta get going, guys, but I will stick around. I'll probably come back later today to continue the Impalong, get my leather working up.
I know Gaffer is like slated to stream any minute now, but he's not on for us to host. But if you guys stick around, or if you guys want more Wurm content, I know Gaffer is going to be streaming on Twitch shortly.
Is he going now? We could force him to go now.
I don't know. He's not going
Maybe
now.
not. That's okay, but next week, guys, next week, we will be streaming probably Sunday, but we will be on the server on Friday. So if you want to know what we're doing, or you want to ask us what we're doing, we do have a Discord. Go to Twitch, go into Discord. We will be saying what we're doing on Friday and Saturday if we're playing on Saturday. And then
you can find a link to our Discord right below. If you scroll down, you can just click it.
Within Twitch. Yeah. Probably in the about area or whatever. But We don't have a night bot, unfortunately, sir.
Not yet.
Yeah, unfortunate. Anyway, but yeah, you got to go to Twitch, and then we should set that up. I'll try to set that up for next week. But
sometime, yeah.
yeah, go to Twitch. The link is there, and then you can come join us on the Friday after I finish work. Thank you so much for joining, and we'll see you guys after the new server is released. All right.
All right. See you later.
All right. Take care, everyone.